Toilet water, really. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is having a good Saturday morning. And yeah, I don't know what exactly Victoria took before she went on that auction, but I don't ever want it anywhere near me because wow. And we thought she was hyper normally. Damn. She's always fun though. Victoria's definitely always fun and definitely the kind of person you want starting off the auction. Yeah, gets everybody fired up. Let's go, let's go. Hell yeah. So, hi, my dibble. Hi, TG in the corner. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Darlene. Look, I was able to say hi to everybody, and I'm not behind in chat because there's only 5 people in here. If there were 55, yeah, I'd be like, hi, everybody, insert your name here. Devil. I'll take some. Oh, I did. I took a nap in between the two. I was about, I don't know, well, like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe into the first half of um part one, and I crashed, and I woke up, and part two was already started. So I missed a lot, but um, I hadn't really planned on bidding on anything. I did end up bidding and winning something. Morning, my Kathy. That's my giggle girl. Um, but I had it sent to somebody else. So yep, yep, yep. Because it just fit, you know. Yeah. Oh, my Wendy. I forgot my Wendy. I think. Did I say hi to you, Wendy? I'm sorry if I didn't. Hi, my Wendy. That's my favorite little Brit. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out. Yeah. Well, I mean, it reminded me of something I had gotten from my grandmother. The same, and it was a bird too. My grandmother's was a chickadee, and it was made from walnut shells that they crush up and mix with resin and then form it into blocks and make carvings out of it. And this reminded me of that. It's basically the same thing. Hi, Joyce. Um, so yeah, hi, Joyce. And I mean, it was an eagle. Come on, who else could it go to, right? So yeah. Man, it's always interesting to see the old hats that we were used to seeing at the auctions, and then some new people coming in there and getting their feet wet. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Good, good, good thing. Well, I have to throw people off because people see me and Wes joking around with each other, and some of them don't realize that Wes and I are joking. When I'm telling them to go fly a sheep, and I did, Jennifer. I'm having it sent to Wes. Um, TG. It was a bit, you were lonely in the corner. Oh, well, don't act like a little twat and you won't be in the corner. So there. Um yeah, I to let people know that purchase for me, Darlene and anybody else that might be kind of lurking around or whatever that made purchases for me last Saturday. I have scheduled pickup for today. So all the packages will be going out today. Um I couldn't schedule it for a specific time unless I called the post office. Otherwise, it's your local carrier will pick up your packages at their normal delivery time. And I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to know what normal delivery time is? But I think it's usually I get notifications that if I have a package coming, that it's been delivered in the mailbox or on the porch at like 1:45. So I figure if I'm out there by 1, um, I should I should be okay. I don't have to rush to get in the wheelchair. That sucks. You're welcome, Darlene. Yeah, good. Um, there was one person, I think it was Irene, that I forgot to put her email in pirate ship. So I had emailed her to let her know that hers, because Irene's was the first package. Irene's was the very first label that I've ever printed. Yay, go me! And I was all excited because I'm a mess and little things make me happy. And but I had forgotten to put her email in the pirate ship, so I emailed her with her tracking number. And well, good morning, Brandon. My goodness,
Hey,
you're up early.
I am.
How are you this morning?
Good. I'm usually not up this early, but I thought, hey, it's Sunday. It's Saturdays with Kodi.
Right.
Like,
Most
why
people are
not?
still recovering from. Most people are still recovering from the family auction.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah,
watching that.
yeah, I was too. When I wasn't asleep, I was watching it.
Yeah.
But
Morning, everybody.
I take naps, so
Hmm.
thank you, Kathy. I am proud, and I do apologize that it took so long to get the shipping done. I was a little discombobulated because I thought it was just plug and play, and I'd be able to go and bam do it, and it was not.
Wait,
So it.
my fangirls in the chat.
Oh yeah, Giggle Girl is in there.
Yeah.
She is.
You just call her Giggle Girl.
Giggle Girl. Yep, I love Kathy's giggle. It's so addicting, and it just makes you laugh every time you hear it.
Gosh.
She's so cute. Her giggle was broken for a while. I was so upset.
I got a lot of things to do this morning. I have to get stuff ready for Swanee and I's Pokemon auction.
Yeah, I heard about that last night. He mentioned it on the auction.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of fun.
Hi, Jessica. My oldest daughter started doing the Pokemon thing when they first started, and she had a huge binder filled with those cards. And when I started hanging around with resellers and found out that some of them, the originals series was worth a lot of money, I was like, "Hey, do you still have the Pokemon cards?" She goes, "Oh no, I gave them to the kid of a friend of mine a couple of years ago." I was like, "Oh no."
Ah,
Yeah.
that sucks.
So I was like, "Well, you probably could have funded your college with those, but okay." Yeah.
Oh well.
That's the way things go, though,
Yep.
It was, I mean, I guess he was around like 10 or 11 and he was all excited to start playing Pokemon. And she's like, "Oh, I have some cards you can have." And the look on his face was just, he started glowing. So, yeah, my oldest daughter's usually not that nice to people. So the fact that she was very nice to a child made me happy. So
Oh, gotcha.
I guess that was worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have been my money anyway. So it's nothing on me. It's just, might have taken some relief off my mom, though.
Yeah.
You worked your tushy off. Oh, Wes will be devastated if you don't have a tushy. Relaxing with gummies this morning. Kathy, you relax with gummies every morning. Jennifer put the link in for you in Swanee's Pokemon auction.
Oh, thanks, Jennifer.
You go, Link Queen. Hey, Jen. And hi, Jennifer. Oh, geez. Toilet Girl was like, "He'll have to have my tushy." I don't think he'll accept substitutions. Yeah. Nice try, TG. Yeah, Jessica, I'm sure you'll be fine. So this month is actually going to be a decent month. I'm not panicking over anything. My bills are, except for my internet's already paid, and the only reason that's not paid is because it hasn't posted yet. But I'm able to cover everything, so I'm good this month.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it helped that my electric bill went from 200 back down to a normal amount of like 112. Yeah. So that $200 and $300 bills in consecutive months killed me. I was like, no. So I was very happy to see $112 instead of 200.
Oh, I've got way too much stuff.
Morning, Eric. You have too much stuff, Brandon? Nah, it can't be so.
Yeah, I wish it couldn't be so, but it is. So.
Morning, Bonnie. Did you You had said that were home the other day for an estate sale. Did you get to your estate sale? Did you get anything good?
I did get to that estate sale.
Oh, that was an evil little laugh right there.
Yeah, well, how do I say this? The estate sale was not good.
Oh.
I went there for one specific reason, and it was because they had a whole tub of Fisher Price toys,
Hmm.
and because those sell really well in my booth. And I go there, I look in the tub, and they want $300 for the whole tub.
Oh my God.
And there's a bunch of sets and a bunch of accessories, and I'm thinking, well, the most I would pay would be 200 bucks. But no, somebody walks up and buys the whole thing for 300, and I'm just like, really? Why did I come to this sale?
Well, there
But
are going to be days
walked
like that,
around
you know.
I walked around the rest of the house, and there was just nothing to buy, though.
Mm-mm.
I mean, like, nothing. It was
That
just
sucks.
expensive crap. But,
That sucks.
oh well.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I gotta get a bottle of water.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Jessica's going to be on Angel and Pink Camo's channel. I guess Carol's having either computer problems or internet problems. So the auction is on Angel and Pink Camo's channel. Kathy is correct. Jen. It depends on who's saying hi to her, I guess. Some people call her Booby. Some people call her Bobby. Some people just like, hey Bobby, what's up? That would be me. All depends on how you want to do it. Computer problems. Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was internet or computer. I did, Eric. I did, and it's actually scheduled for pickup today. Everything is done and it's all scheduled. I just have to catch my well, I have to be out in the other room when the mail carrier comes through because they pick up at their normal delivery time. And I'm like, well, that's nice. I'm stuck in a room all day. I don't know what regular pickup time is, but I think it's between like 1 and 2. So I'm gonna if the show's still going on, I'm gonna head out around 12:30 my time and make sure I'm out there. So yes, it is all figured out, and the next time it won't take as long. And I
Okay.
went out yesterday morning and I did the last 3 packages. Bada boom, bada bing. It's a beautiful thing. Hey,
That's
Barbara.
that sucked. I froze on Johnny's show. It was so funny though.
I know. At least it wasn't a wonky face. You know, you're
No.
fine.
No, it wasn't. My mom walked into the kitchen, and that's why I was like, my eyes were like turned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Barbara. Barbara, your package is going out today. Post office, come and pick it up. Yep.
Oh, and speaking of the marathon, my mom is actually going to be on tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yay.
Showing some good stuff.
Yeah, I will probably do another sale this coming week, but I don't want to do it on the weekend when people are either resting from or resting up for the family auction because it is so huge.
Yeah.
Um, I want to try and get some of the jewelry that Linda had sent to me. I want to try and test some of it because it is marked 925, but it's so lightweight that I think it might be plated.
Mm.
So I don't know. It could just be a very thin gauge of sterling. I mean, I have sterling out in my work area that's really thin. So yeah, Jen, I sold some jewelry. I sold a bracelet that I made, and then a pendant that well, I didn't really make it. I manufactured the pendant. I put it all together. And then I had a couple other pieces of jewelry that I found around my house from when I was a kid. So yeah, it's definitely vintage, if you know what I mean. Not quite a antique, but yeah, it's old. So I sold some of those, and I sold some jewelry that I had purchased when we all got our first stimulus checks. And I kind of went a little nuts on auctions and bought things that I really didn't need. I was just like, "Oh, pretty! I want that." Well, I hadn't bought myself anything in like 10 years,
Mm.
so you know. I went a little overboard. So now I have sold some of it, so I feel better that it got reinvested into my life. So and I did make enough that I was able to pay my internet, and I do have enough for my StreamYard. Thank you, Jen. And Dibble, I miss Mr. Jim. If he was on the family auction last night, apparently that was when I was napping, and I'm pretty glad because whatever money I have left right now would be gone. Um, mm-mm. It's so hard for me to resist anything Mr. Jim is selling. Yeah. Um, you're welcome, Jessica. Yeah, Jen. I mean, initially I did, and the second stimulus I did not. I designated a certain amount for myself, and the rest I put into the house. And then the last stimulus that I got, probably about, I mean, I put money towards rent and my utilities, and I made sure all that, necessary expenses, food and whatnot, was covered. And then the rest of it, I invested it in business things, my phone, um, a shipping scale, and things like that, to make sure that, and my Presidium too, um, I invested in my business. So I made sure that the money didn't get wasted. So had a little bit more control by the time we got the third stimulus, and I was all set for that fourth one, and we haven't gotten it. So I'm like, well, shit. So yeah. But I admit it, the first stimulus, man, I broke weak. My problem was I didn't keep track of what I was buying. Like I didn't make a list of, say I went to Lydia's auction and bought stuff, which I did. I didn't write down what it was, how much it was, and da 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 da. And then, the next auction I went to, I didn't write down. So I wasn't keeping track of it. And before I knew it, the money was gone. I'm like, whoops. Oops. So, but I bought myself a few really cool, really nice things. Some things I can let go. Like you look at it afterwards and you're like, oh, I really don't need that. Like the turquoise and coral rings that Mr. Jim bought from me. I What it was is those reminded me of when I was a teenager. I was so into the turquoise and coral rings. And when
Hmm.
I saw those in an auction, I was like, oh my God, I love those. Yeah, I don't really love those anymore. They're not really my thing. They're pretty and I like them, but they're not need to have type of things. So when I looked at them again, I was like, why did I buy these? So I put them back. I put them up for sale in my sale thing. And I would say auction, but nobody was bidding. So I just did do it now.
Do it now.
Yeah, do it now. Do it. Do it
Do it
now.
now, Cody. Do it now.
That's right. So, and I did have one little faux pas with a Silpata ring, which I didn't even know I had Silpata until and Donna and Debbie, I think, were the ones that told me that looked like Silpata, and I was like, what? I
Ooh.
had 3 stack rings, and then I had a smoky topaz ring, and so yeah, people got a definite deal on the Silpata rings because I had already set a price,
Yeah,
and
you know how my soap powder went.
yeah, but I had already said how much I was selling the rings for, and I wasn't gonna go back on that price. Once I've set a price, that's what it is, regardless of what I find out that the brand is or whatever. So
Yep.
um yeah, so the smoky topaz ring, Irene wanted it, and I was like, okay, Irene, it's yours. And then Susanna came in with like a $2 increase, and I was like, oh well, we want to do bidding, and then I had to go back on that because I had already said that it was sold, and I was like, okay, I don't want to be that person. I'm like, so I already said it was sold to Irene, so it's Irene's if she still wants it. And I broke weak. I got greedy. I was like, oh, bidding, I got all excited. But I don't want to be that person. So I have to
Yep.
keep, myself in check as well. But I did. I got all excited with a bidding thing because it was the first type of bidding that had happened. So I lost my head for a minute. But I got it back. I was all right.
Yeah. When I sell, I start my prices really low so people can bid all they want.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had said that it was a buy it now, and I put it up for $20, and there was like nothing going on, no action on it, and I was like, all right. I was like, well, now that I know it's Silpata, the price is not going to stay the same. if nobody gets it today. So it's a $20 today only deal. I was like,
Exactly. Yeah.
and Irene was like, "Give me that ring." So, it's gonna be on its way to her today. I'm really glad that I got the shipping figured out, and it wasn't. I mean, yeah, it was a bit of a delay. I would have rather had been able to get the shipping out when I first brought my laptop out there, and which was Tuesday, I think. Because I didn't want to just back and forth multiple times with the laptop. It's very awkward
Mm.
to hold on to a laptop and manipulate a wheelchair backwards with one hand through a doorway that you then have to close the door. Um, it's very awkward, very uncomfortable. So I don't want to continuously do it, multiple times a day or every day. So I waited until I got most of the payments, and I went out there to do the shipping, and yeah, it was a little more complicated than I had expected. I was like, "What the hell?" But next time it won't be because now I have it down. I know what to do. So
Yeah.
everything's all set up, and I'm good. Now that I know what I'm doing, you know. Darlene, that sucks. Darlene has to work at 11 today.
Oh.
So, but I am glad I finally got it figured out. I'm proud of myself. I was so happy, Brandon, when that first label printed. I was like a little kid. I'm like, look, my first label, yay! I'm a mess. I am, but it's little things like that that make me happy. I figured it out, and well, Dibble helped me. Dibble was Dibble was on a duo call with me, and she's like, "Oh, you're a mess." I'm like, "I know." But at one point, I got really frustrated, and if she hadn't been on the phone with me, I probably would have said, "Screw it" for the rest of the day and don't come back to it the next day. So
Yeah.
she managed to be like, "All right, calm the fuck down." I'm like, "Okay," because my brain will do that. If I get too frustrated, I'll walk away, and come back to it the next day or later that night or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get it done because I didn't want people to start being like, "Well, you buy from Kodi and you never get your items for like a month later," you know.
Yeah.
So, but exactly 1 week. I guess a week to ship isn't bad. Um, I want my shipping time to be faster than that. Like as soon as they pay, I want to be able to do the label and you know.
Yeah. Kind of like what we do.
Yeah, and like with Mr. Jim too, whenever I buy from Mr. Jim, he'll send me the invoice. I pay it, and usually either that day or really early the next day, I get the notice that the label's been printed and all that. So yeah,
Yep.
and it's nice. The response time is great, and I love it, and I want people to be happy with me that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say with you, but I've never bought from you, so I don't know, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Take my word for it.
I will, because I know you're an honest person.
Heck yeah.
Oh no, TG. Gas and electric went up 50% there. That's crazy. There are so many poor people on the planet, and I know that there are a lot of people that can't even afford their bills now over there. How are they going to afford 50% increase? That's crazy. Hmm. No, Kathy, you're the bestest. Dibble, do we have babies yet? Dibble's waiting for baby gooses to hack their way out of shells and things.
Am I the only one confused?
Yes.
Good.
Debbie has geese that live in like her yard. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, they have the one of the mama geeses is on a nest, so she's waiting for babies.
So I was like, wait a sec, what?
Oh, no babies yet. Oh, Dibble freaked everybody out by going, "We're pregnant." Everybody was like, "What?" Yeah. Tell the gooses to hurry up. Hi, Irene. Irene, shipping pickup is today, so your package will go out today. I wanted to let you know because you're the only person that I forgot to put your email in the pirate ship thing so that it would send you a notification. So yeah, but everything's all set and done and scheduled for pickup today. So your pretty ring will be on its way. Yeah, Eric's fuel bill is up 100%. Yeah, I can imagine that. Well, Eric, you drive a big rig, don't you? My mom was complaining about gas. I'm like, Mom, be glad you don't drive an 18-wheeler. She's like, it costs Desiree $40 or something to put gas in her car. I'm like, $40, that's it, really? Should hear what everybody else is saying. At this point, I'm almost glad that the city made me get rid of my vehicle because there's no way I'd be able to afford gas.
How much is gas over there?
According to my mom, it's almost $4.
Hmm.
I don't know because I don't have to buy gas.
I think here it's about $3.43 or $3.45, something like that. So we have pretty cheap gas at the moment.
I can do a general search for it. They have sites now that give you the prices in your area.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, some of it's over $4. Actually, regular is $3.87. Mid-grade. This is it. The QTs. Mid grade is $4.12 and premium is around $3.40. Diesel is almost $5. So yeah, I can understand people that are running diesel. I remember when diesel was a lot cheaper than regular gas. Gas prices in South Carolina have increased 41 cents per gallon from last week alone, making them the highest in the state since 2012. It comes amid conflict in the Ukraine. So much bullshit. Okay, when we were in war, conflict, whatever, over in the Middle East, it was because of that gas prices went up. And now there's a war in Ukraine, so gas prices are going up. What happened to all the gas that's coming down, all the oil that's coming down from freaking Alaska that's spilling all over our country? And don't we have oil wells and shit here? So what the hell do other countries what are we shipping it out? And stop shipping it out. What the hell? Use what we got. Stop it. They're just using it as an excuse to get more money. They're greedy little motherfuckers. It's like, I'm sorry, are your billions not enough for you? Oh, that sucks, Bonnie. Yeah. I still have my candle lit for the people over in the Ukraine and for the regular citizens in Russia that have no say in what's going on either. They're not getting bombed or anything, but they're having to deal with the sanctions and shortages on foods and different goods and things like that. So yeah, I'm not getting political at all, Eric. I don't do politics. But yeah, we still have so much stuff in this country that we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it only costs 50 grand. That's all. I'll just pull that out of my pocket. Yeah, that's not good, Bonnie. Violent people are not good at all. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm tired.
Wake up, Brandon.
I need to wake up.
You right, Irene? 50K. Don't think so. Time for a bike. Yeah, I'd have a little problem pedaling a bike. I'd go in circles. I can't pedal with one foot because it's not there. Yeah, I don't watch the news. I get my news from YouTube and late night talk show hosts. because they'll make a joke about something, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I'll go look it up. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's happening. I mean, I got a blurb in my email today from Yahoo because I use Yahoo email um, about the whole Will Smith Chris Rock slap thing. And apparently, Will Smith has resigned from the Academy.
Yep.
So I don't know. For the people that were saying it's they did it for ratings or it was a setup or it's for promotion because they all have both of them have movies or shows or whatever coming out. Okay, but I don't think he can just retract the leaving thing. I don't know, but
Did you hear what Chris Rock said in his comeback at his comedy show?
no, was it rude?
No, it was actually hilarious. He was doing his comedy show in Boston the first night that he came back from the award show,
Yeah.
and when he went on stage, he said, "Hello, boss! Everyone in Boston, how are you?" And then they started cheering, and then he said, "How was your weekend?" And then he got a 3-minute standing ovation from that one line. It's hilarious.
Well, it was funny because some people were like, "Damn, Chris Rock can take a hit." I'm pleased. Will Smith, Will Smith slapped him. He didn't punch him.
Yeah.
He slapped him, and he didn't slap him hard. If Will Smith really wanted to hurt you, he would have knocked him off on his ass.
Yeah.
But it was more of an attention thing and a hate on insult my wife thing. It wasn't I'm gonna kill you type of thing. But it was just so funny that looks like a very angry elephant.
It's a necklace.
It looks like a mad elephant.
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah, he looks very angry. Yeah. So, because one of the who is it? Stephen Colbert, I think, was the night after or the night of the awards was like, I've had Will Smith on my stage, and his hands are the size of my head. So if he had really wanted to hurt him, Chris Rock would still be in the hospital, type of thing. It was funny. He was like, his hands are like catcher's mitts; they're just huge, and he does have really big hands. But yeah, the comedians are having a blast with that. They're still running with it, and he's got to be irritated at this point. I mean, 1 or 2 days I could, be like, ah ha ha, but you know,
Yeah.
continuously having people go, oh, please don't hit me, is got to be annoying. Looks like Kodi when she puts banana poops in the chat. No, Kodi looks like an angry bear when you put banana poops in the chat, not an angry elephant. Silly TG. I don't know, Kathy. I don't know why he would do the G.I. Jane joke, except maybe he was struggling for some kind of material or he was just trying to find something funny and didn't realize that she has an actual medical condition that causes her to have to wear her hair like that. So, and I don't even think that Will Smith thought she was going to be offended by it because he did start laughing when Chris said it. And Jada was kind of over to the side and behind him a little bit, and she like kind of rolled her eyes like, oh, for fuck's sake. And as soon as Will saw that Jada was annoyed, that's when he got up. So hey, Patrick. Yeah.
There's Mr. Radio Voice.
Yep. So, but for people that said that they did it for ratings and for show and things like that, I mean, he is resigning from the Academy of, what is it? Academy of Motion Pictures and Science or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Wildflower. Welcome. So, I don't know. But if they had done it for ratings or to promo, whatever they have going on, it would have been a brilliant way to do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because they are definitely getting talked about, but I honestly don't know. Yeah, I know, Jennifer. Well, I don't think most people can reach the side of Will Smith's head. He's pretty tall. Um, but I don't know if he's ever made a joke like with the medical condition thing. I don't know.
I know
Yeah.
everybody is saying the slap would have been different if like someone like The Rock was hosting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it would have been different if The Rock had been doing the slapping too, because they definitely would still be in the hospital.
Oh yeah.
You know. Yeah, Kathy, I agree. It was a lame joke. I'm not a real big Chris Rock fan. I mean, I liked him in New Jack City when he played the little crackhead. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm not really his stand-up comedy isn't
Wasn't
really my thing.
wasn't he in Grown Ups with Adam Sandler and
I don't know. I don't like Adam Sandler, so I tend to not watch his movies.
I think he was in Grown Ups with Adam Sandler and then the David Spade and a couple other people.
Yeah. Jennifer thought it was funny. Oh, Darlene, I'm sorry you have to go to work, honey, but trying to have a good day. Oh, I got you, Jennifer. Yeah. Jennifer thought the joke was funny before she knew that Jada had
Yeah.
alopecia. Yeah. I mean, if you just see a woman with a shaved head, it would have reminded me of G.I. Jane too, honestly. But I don't know. And I mean, really, you have to have a thick skin. Just like with YouTube, you can't have your feelings all butthurt at the least little thing. So you would think with the amount of criticism that actors and actresses get, that you know what I mean, that she could have rolled her eyes and just let it roll right past her,
Yep.
But is that broccoli? Wait, I mean, why are you putting broccoli? What are you trying to do? Stop making me chat healthy. Wildflower, aren't you from Irene's channel? Like, don't you go into Irene's chats and stuff? I know that screen name is familiar. The channel name is familiar. There we go, Kathy. Thank you. I love you, honey. Broccoli, yeah. Yeah, well, that's Jada's resting bitch face, Jennifer. She always looks like that. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, okay. You called wildflower broccoli. Okay, I got you. Well, I knew the channel name was familiar. I just wanted to double check before I turned her blue. Because people don't automatically get a wrench if I don't know them. They have to behave themselves and earn it. Unless they are, a recommendation or I've seen you in another chat. Oh, Kathy, I have resting bitch face. I have not resting bitch face. I just have bitch face.
What was the thing? It was after I sold an item on the last sale I did, and you kept saying "bam."
Oh, because BAM is my gavel. Like, if you're at an actual in-person auction.
No, I know. Not every person has a gavel, though.
Well, I do, and that's why I say BAM. BAM!
I meant like at an in-person auction. Not everyone has a gavel.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the auctions in my head, we do. So we say BAM.
Oh, they're in your head. Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's my thing when I mod. Every mod has their own little thing.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So when I moderate, my thing is when I say sold, it's BAM, sold.
Bam.
BAM. That's right. It's the Kodi BAM. I used to do going once, going twice, going thrice. But the Neanderthals on YouTube didn't know what thrice was, and it started being very confusing for them, so I had to stop that. So for anybody that doesn't want to admit that they're a Neanderthal and doesn't know what thrice is, it just means third, like going 3 times. It's once, twice, thrice. It's so now you know you don't have to admit to not knowing what it was. I told you ahead of time. Yeah, people were like, thrice, what the hell is thrice? Yeah. And I would have to take the time to explain it. And it was taking, distracting from the auctions. So I stopped using it. Um, and like for the fair warning, I'll do little things like you don't get a fair warning, which in effect gives you the fair warning, but
Okay.
but it's just a funny way of doing it. Or screw your fair warning, but then I do pause and wait and do the countdown. So yeah, I try and make things fun.
I was gonna say fun ideas.
Yep. Okay, now you see, you people are getting out of control. This is why I had to stop doing thrice. Now TG is like 4 ice, no, and and 5 ice for Jennifer. I could have done it in French. En deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, huit. Have a nice day. I started teaching Talon how to count in French, and it totally confused his mother. Because she'd be like, "Don't make me count to 3." She'd go 1, and he'd go, and she'd look at him and go, "What?" She'd go 2, and he'd go, "Toi," or "Duh," and she'd be like, "Did you just duh me?" And I'm over the corner laughing my ass off. I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then she'd get to 3, and he'd be like, "Toi," and he'd go running away because he was so proud of himself.
Jeez.
And she's like, "What is happening with my child?" I was like, "He was counting back at you in French." She goes, "How did he learn French?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then she'd look at John and go, "Are you teaching him French?" And John's like, "I don't know French, so no." And I walked out of the room going, "Toya, tête merde." And I walked out, and she goes, "What the hell did she just say?" And John goes, "Oh no, I know that one. She's called me that." And she goes, "Well, what did she say?" He said, "She just called you a shithead." Hmm. I'm not evil. I'm just a little wicked. A little bit. Little bit. But you're going to have fun because otherwise, what else is there, right?
You know what happens when, speaking of wicked, you know what happens when you get a meteorologist in our town with a background who used to grow up in Massachusetts, in Boston?
What?
Well, I live in the Midwest and we don't say wicked. Like that is not a thing we say. So this new meteorologist dude, he was tracking some tornadoes at one point, and he's on the air and he sees like the rotation on one of the cameras that they had, and he just says like flat out to everybody watching, "Oh, that's a wicked storm." And I'm like, bro, what is wicked here? You gotta elaborate.
Yep. Wicked is definitely a New England thing because
I was,
Irene's in New Hampshire. Irene says wicked.
I was like, we don't say wicked here.
Yep. Wicked everything in Massachusetts. It's wicked nice, wicked cool, wicked bad, wicked wicked just applies to everything. Did you see that wicked piss of game the other day? Come on. Are you kidding me? Yeah. And it's funny because I don't realize I don't even say it anymore because I've been here and they don't say it. So I've kind of weaned it out of my culture. But like I'll hear Paula Antonelli say it. And it
Yeah,
will remind me of being back up in Massachusetts,
yeah.
So, but yeah. I mean, I'll say it if I'm doing the mass hole thing because it just comes with the mass hole.
Yep.
But yeah, I know I don't know Spanish. I mean, I know a few keywords that I'm not going to say. John taught them to me, so you can kind of figure out what they would be. And I know very little French. I can read French better than I can speak French. I do know "Taisez-vous, darling," which is "shut up, darling," which is what my teacher repetitively said to me during class. Um, and I know "tu es un tête de merde," which is "you are a shithead." Yeah. Hi, Annie. I don't know. while you're awake, honey. But welcome.
I don't even know why I'm awake.
Yeah, Brandon doesn't know why he's awake either.
I'm usually never up this early.
What are you apologizing for, Kathy? Are you the one waking everybody up? She's all like, I'm sorry, and she's laughing. So, TG, you're learning Spanish on YouTube. Good luck, honey. Good luck. Oh, Jennifer. Jennifer said she should know how to speak Spanish fluently since she's been with her Mexican boyfriend for 10 years. Yeah, you should. But she doesn't. She goes, but I don't. I knew how to speak asshole. I lived with John for over 20 years.
Oh.
Oh, he would walk around the house singing the I'm an asshole song. And if somebody he didn't know called him an asshole, he'd be like, that's Mr. Asshole, thank you. And he'd walk away singing the song. I'm like, oh. And people would look at me and go, what is wrong with him? I said, didn't you hear him? He's an asshole. That's one of the things I used to say to him. Like at night, he'd be in the other room and he'd be like, all right, going to bed, bear, love you, good night. I'm like, all right, asshole, love you, good night, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Pam, little old little new. So you taught him to speak English instead. Well, that works too. Annie, Filipino, but does he make Filipino food? That's the most important thing. Don't care what language he talks, but does he make Filipino food? Because I got introduced to Filipino food when I was in Florida and I stayed with my friend Michelle and Stuart. And Michelle was half Filipino and her mom was full Filipino. And oh my God, the two of them made the most amazing food. I found out I like Oompa Loompas, which is what Stuart's son called lumpia when he was little. He called them Oompa Loompas. So I love the Oompa Loompas, like the the little characters. So when he ever said, "Hey, make some Oompa Loompas," I died laughing. So that's what I call them now. He doesn't cook. Oh well, I don't know. I hope he's good at other things because Los Pantalones. Yeah, the pants. Well, cooking together is good. John and I used to cook together all the time. Um, then he got married, and Issa kind of put a stop to that because she said that cooking together was a couple's thing, and I shouldn't be doing it with her husband. I was like, "Well, bitch, if you learned how to cook, he wouldn't have to cook with me, would he?" God, she was so jealous of everything. It took her 4 years to realize I wasn't trying to steal her man. I'm like, I've known him for how long? If I wanted him, I'd have him. Hello. But I'm done with that side of things, so you can have my leftovers. and,
Yeah.
and yes, he was standing right there when I said that. And he goes, "Hey," I'm like, "What? Nothing? Nope. I didn't say a word." I'm like, "I didn't think so." But yeah, it took her 4 years to calm the fuck down enough to know that I wasn't trying to get him in bed, and I wasn't, I'm like, "Bitch, please. If I wanted him in my bed, he never would have married you in the first place. He would have been too busy." But yeah. Yeah, every Thanksgiving we would cook Thanksgiving dinner together, and she got so pissy that she was like, "Well, I'm cooking Thanksgiving dinner this year," and I'm like, "Oh God, we're all gonna die." Um, and if we had tried eating her food, we would have,
Mm.
because we let her go. She was swearing up and down. I was like, "All right, if you screw up Thanksgiving dinner, I'm tying you upside down to the tree." She goes, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Yes, I am." Um, we ended up ordering Chinese food for Thanksgiving dinner that year.
Oh.
I mean, she killed it. I have never seen food destroyed so badly in my life. You try to cut into the turkey and it fell apart like dust. I'm, I'm like, we need resin to keep the turkey together. Like, this is crazy. The only thing that were good were the biscuits, and that's because I made those. So we never let her cook a meal again. No. She just couldn't cook. And then she swore up and down she was the cupcake queen and she knew how to make the amazing cupcakes. So I told her once, I was like, so make us some cupcakes. And what'd she do? She buy a box of cake mix to make cupcakes. I'm like, I thought you could make cupcakes. She goes, I am. I have the box. I'm like, oh, that's not cooking, honey. I'm like, that's that's pouring stuff out of a box and adding, eggs and oil. I'm like, that's not baking. I'm like, and she still screwed them up. They were horrible. I'm like,
How do you screw up a box?
I don't know. It took her 6 months to figure out how to make boxed macaroni and cheese. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. John asked me to make lasagna one day. I was like, all right, you're a pain in my ass, but fine. So I went in the kitchen and she's like, I will make the lasagna. I make an excellent lasagna. I'm like, you've made lasagna before? And she goes, yes. All superior attitude, right? I'm like, all right. I'm like, you make it. Good. I don't have to deal with it. So I go in my room and I hear clang. I'm like, what in the hell? I go out there and she had taken 2 pounds of frozen hamburger and put it in the frying pan.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, Issa, what are you doing? She goes, I'm making lasagna. I'm like, with frozen hamburger? And she goes, well, how else am I supposed to make it? I was like, I don't know. You could use the 2 pounds of fresh hamburger that's in the fridge.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh. She goes, well, I didn't see it. I'm like, okay, it's a big 2-pound package of hamburger that was right next to the ricotta cheese that you've already pulled out of the fridge before it needs to be out of the fridge. I'm like, So I rescued the frozen hamburger because she hadn't even turned the burner on yet. I rescued the frozen hamburger, put that back in the bag, stuck that back in the freezer. And I was like, I looked at John. I'm like, are you sure you want to tempt the fates by letting her cook this? And he's like, well, you can help her. I'm like, out the door. He started laughing. I'm just like, oh, fine. So I go back in and I'm trying to help her and she's arguing with me every single thing I said. And I walk back out and I'm like, you know what? Your wife knows everything. You're on your fucking own. I'm eating out today. I'm like, because I'm not eating whatever she's cooking. And I didn't have anything else to do with it. I'm sorry. If you're going to be a douchebag every time I turn around and I'm trying to help you, I'm not going to help you,
Yeah.
So I think I went out and I got McDonald's or Burger King or something. And he had the lasagna and he ended up getting sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, So needless to say, everybody else in the house except for her, and she had no problem eating it. The girl had no taste buds either, but she was fine. He got sick, and my son and I avoided that lasagna like the plague. We were like, nope, no, thank you. Hey, Caroline, are you sorting through things, Brandon?
Yeah. Eyes are noisy.
No, I'm just psychic.
Nah.
No, I could just tell that you were looking at things while you were talking and a little distracted because you're looking at things.
Yeah, I am looking at things.
And being you, I figured you had to be sorting through things.
Yes. I'm
And
currently marking stuff for my booths.
And I'm psychic. Most of it's just deductive reasoning, though.
Sure it is.
Then I know the sound of jewelry rumbling around in a container, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. I was at somewhere and I heard the sound and I was like, oh my God, you have rings. And they were like, how did you know that? And I'm like, I'm psychic. But I had heard they had the rings in like a bag. And when they put the bag down on the table, it made a very, distinctive ring in a bag sound. So I was like, I know that sound. Kind of like I recognize the sound of a ring sliding onto a mandrel, like, oh, rings. The uppers. So what's everybody else doing today besides, waiting for the family marathon auction to start back up again at 4:00? Is it starting off today on T's channel?
It's on Robin's channel first.
Okay.
And then it ends on T's.
Darlene, that picture's awesome. Took a while for that to come through. Facebook sucks. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I know. Can I drop the link to the caddy auction? Yeah, go ahead. I mean, people can drop their links as long as it's not links to porn sites or anything, disgusting. Go right ahead. Anything you got going on? Websites, eBay links? See, Dibble, that would be a loaded question for me now, wouldn't it? Hmm.
People can ask me questions too.
I can spin in place. Well, she asked, can't you just walk in place, Scarlett?
Oh,
For me, that would be a little difficult walking in place. What's porn? Yeah, TG, like you don't know what it is. Fibberers get timed out, TG. I thought that corner was a little lonely when you were there before. TG got timed out before my show even started today. She thought she could throw banana poop emojis in there and I wouldn't see it, but I did. And I was like, well, bam, timed out for 5 minutes. You're welcome, Irene. All I do is move the one leg, yeah. But literally walking in place wouldn't, yeah. If I put paper towels or something under my tires, I can spin in place. That's happened. That was fun. I have to be careful what I roll over because paper towels will get stuck in the wheels and like in the little front wheels, and then I will go nowhere. And it's very annoying. Yeah, Kathy, I think you just did that to yourself. TG, I'm going to throw my leg at you. Stop that. So when are you doing another pop-up, Brandon?
Oh, I don't know yet. I'm almost done with the school year, so once the school year gets done,
yeah,
I'll definitely be doing way more pop-ups.
Yay. Kathy, that was fun. We were throwing my leg around and I blocked it from hitting Kathy, but I ducked and it hit Wes. It was silly, but it was fun. Yeah, Debbie, it was both. Yeah. Because I rolled over. There were paper towels on the floor, and I actually had to go over them to get to the grabber so that I could pick them up. And they wrapped around the front tires, and I was trying to go, and I wasn't going anywhere. And I'm like, "What the hell?" And I looked down, and it's just paper towels, like in case. It looked like a reseller had packed my tires. I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" So I had to lean down and rip apart all the paper towels because, of course, it's stuck. Yeah, Kathy, definitely. And no, it was just a chat room leg. Yeah. But I had to literally shred the paper towels, and yeah, the real fake leg. Yeah, it was an imaginary fake leg that we were throwing around in the chat room. And so then by the time I got all the paper towels off the tires and I was able to get over to the grabber, I was sat there for 25 minutes picking up pieces of paper towel. I'm like, so the things I have to deal with. I don't even know how the paper towel got on the floor in the first place because there's nobody out there in that room. So I don't know if a really strong draft came in around the door frames or what, but it ended up on the floor and it was in my way. And there was no going around it. It just happened to fall in one of the spots that there's no go around room, so yeah. I do have a couple of those spots in my house that I have to, whatever's in my way, I have to go over it or through it if it's on the floor because there's no way to go around it.
Yeah.
And this is why I need a grabber in every room. Although I still would have been in trouble because it was like in my entryway, and I don't have a grabber out there. So devil, damn robots have all the cool shit. My godson Talon was so excited when he found out I was getting a fake leg. He was very upset that I lost my leg, but he was very excited to find out that I was getting a fake leg, and he wanted to know if it could transform into something. He thought I was getting a transformer fake leg. It was so cute. And when I got it, he was like, "What's it turn into, Auntie?" I'm like, nothing, baby. It's just he's like, "Too bad you didn't have money for the good kind." He did. He thought it would be a little robot leg. I'm like, "Sorry, honey," but he did say that he wished I could have my foot back. He was very sweet. I miss him.
Oh man. Over 200 jewelry pieces already marked for their shops.
You go, boy.
Now I'm taking a break.
Take a break, Brandon. Morning, Larry. That's okay, Kathy. It happens. It hit Wes. And TG. I threw it at TG, I think. Yeah, there was somebody else that said ow, but I don't know. I don't remember all the details. I just know it was fun. Yeah, because I ducked out of the way. I blocked it from hitting Kathy, but I ducked so it would hit Wes. Oh yeah, AOL chat room days, man. We used to set up the hot tub, and there was always one asshole that would throw green jello in it, and yeah. Kathy threw it at Paul. Yep. Yeah, and it was Paul that threw it at Kathy. Yeah, and I was like, oh hell no! Don't be throwing things at Kathy. I don't care what it is. I don't have any gummies. I've never had a gummy. So. Hell, I haven't even smoked weed in 22 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yep.
Morning, Larry.
Last time I smoked weed was when I was still in Massachusetts, and that was in just before Mother's Day in 2000. Yeah, my loss, definitely from what I'm seeing. Yep. Morning, Mr. Jim. Your package is going out today, Mr. Jim. I'm scheduled for pickup today. I'm so excited. You need the weed indeed. Well, I could get it if I wanted it. My neighbor still offers me free pot and pie, but until I make enough money to be able to buy the food for the munchies afterwards, I can't do it. Because I'd end up eating all the food that I have for meals all in one day or something. Kathy, a friend with weed is a friend indeed. Oh, my butt's tired. Hey, Stacy. Right, Kathy? There's no aroma evidence. You know, you can eat a gummy in your car and a cop can pull you over and they're not gonna be like, what is that I smell? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Gummies?
Yeah, because we used to have to, roll around with joints and stuff in the car, and cop pulls you over, your entire car smells like weed. And so they're like, "What have you guys been up to?" And we're like, Nothing." you know. Hey, AZ. And telling a cop, "Oh, that's your upper lip," does not go over well for you. Let me tell you. Yeah, been there, done that. Mm, you're just smelling your uniform, officer. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. It also doesn't help if you fishbowl the car when you get pulled over. You pull the window down and just huge clouds of smoke come out of it. That might have happened a few times when I was younger. Maybe. I'm not admitting anything. There was no video evidence, so it didn't happen. Just saying. I'm just really glad we didn't have cell phones when I was a teenager. Okay. Because you could definitely spot someone trying to take your picture because they'd have to use an actual camera
Yeah.
or a big ass camcorder, that's like bigger than your head. Trying to catch me riding dirty. That's right. Of course, the little sticker that I had on my Firebird, ask Crash of Cash, nobody rides for free. I don't sound anything like Cheech or Chom. Kathy's gummies are spot on. Well, that's good because it would suck to be a little off kilter. Yep, exactly, Dibble. Exactly. Yep. No smartphones when the shit was good back in the day. Yeah. Oh my god, I would be so screwed if half of the stuff I did was recorded. I was definitely nowhere near angel level when I was a teenager or young adult. Kodi was a little naughty. Well, that's good, TG. I mean, you don't have to. It's not.
Same here, TG.
I know a lot of people that never did it, and friends of mine would be like, "Oh, come on, man, you got to try it." And I'd look at them, I go, "Leave them alone. It's not right for you to push somebody else to do something. That's rude." So, you know, I never pushed anybody to do anything they didn't want to do. But I had friends that it seemed like you couldn't be their friend unless you did what they were doing, and I'm like, "See, bye." I'd walk away from that shit. Nope, peer pressure don't work on me. Yeah, definitely Dibble. Yeah. I did do my fair share of different. I've never touched heroin. I've never touched meth. I've never snorted coke. Never done any hallucinogens like PCP or anything like that. Well, I can't really say that I have dropped acid. And some of the shit I saw should never ever be seen. But I do not advocate for you to do drugs. I don't. I know that marijuana is the healthiest of them because it is an all natural, it's a plant. And there are a lot of medical benefits to it. But definitely don't drive when you're high. Because I don't care what anybody says, it does impede your faculties and your reaction times. So the only Coke I've ever done is Diet Coke. I haven't done any street drugs in years, years and years and years. Hell, I haven't even had alcohol in a good 6 years. It's just not a necessity for me. I'm not going to do something just to be cool. I'm not going to do something because it's the in thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, TG, no, you're not.
Hate to burst your bubble, but I think I'm gonna pop out and take a nap.
You're such a bubble burster.
I know.
You're doing what to my bubble, Brandon? You're a little young for me. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
oh, come on! I couldn't let you off my channel without one of them. Come on.
Oh, of course not.
All right. Well, you have a good nap, and we will talk to you later. And thank you for coming on.
Sounds good. You're so welcome.
We'll talk to you later, Brandon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. He's such a good kid, and I'm gonna keep calling him a kid. He's always gonna be a kid to me because I'm old. Um, I love Brandon though. Brandon's awesome. Heard a funny ass joke the other day about John DeLorean. Got the Dealer of the Year award. Who remembers him and his arrest? I remember DeLorean, and I remember him getting arrested. I just don't remember what it was for. My favorite joke is going to be the one about the two aliens. Always. Morning, Susanna. Good morning. Good morning. Cocaine arrest. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, TJ. I love you too. Yeah, my best friend Rose years ago told me an alien joke, and it was just absolutely hysterical. And I still laugh just thinking about the joke, but I usually screw it up when I tell it. So no, Larry, they are not. Marijuana and angel dust are anything with angel dust is not a good mix. My cousin got thoroughly fucked up on that, and he's became mentally handicapped because of it. He was in college. Hell, NASA was trying to recruit him when he was a junior in high school. That's how brilliant my cousin was. And he wanted to go to college and get the background, even though he pretty much already knew everything. But he wanted, hey, good morning, Dana. Um, and he was the kind of kid that was just always nose in the book. And that was what made him happy. And his roommate and some other of his roommate's friends pressured him into, hey, just take a break, relax for a little while, and chill out and and they were smoking a joint. And I don't know if they knew it was laced or if they didn't. Nobody ever figured that out, but he smoked it and he had a really bad trip. And he went down he got into the area of the college where they keep the trophies, and he ran down the whole hall of trophies, smashing glass with his hands, and got to the doors, which had wire reinforced glass, and was trying to smash through that. His lungs reversed themselves when he was in the hospital. He had to be not on oxygen, but basically they had to be blowing carbon into his lungs. He couldn't breathe. And for the longest time, he had to chain smoke in order to be able to breathe. They did end up fixing that. I have no idea how they did it, but he was able to stop with the smoking. But he was mentally handicapped after that. He had to relearn how to do everything from cutting up food to tying his shoes to getting dressed, everything. All because he gave in to peer pressure and smoked a joint that happened to be laced with PCP. So, yeah. Morning, Dawn. So yeah, always know what's in your pot. Definitely, if you're gonna smoke weed, always know that if there's something mixed in with it, because any kind of hallucinogenic like that, especially if you're not prepared for it, not good. Hey, Jessica, it can do a lot of damage. I mean, his entire future was just poof, gone. You know, it was very sad. The whole family was very sad. He's still around though. My mom, he comes to Christmas at my mom's, sometimes Thanksgiving, and my mom always sends him a card, and he sends her a card and things like that. So anybody else got anything going on? Oh, Dana, you had a bad experience at Woodstock 99. That sucks. I know we got a lot of people are doing marathon, or at least going to watch it. Um, I just finished binge watching Vikings. So, matter of fact, I finished the last episode right before I started my show. So now I have nothing to watch. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the auction today too. Yeah, well, I hope you beat the crap out of him, Larry, because drugging people like that is not cool at all. Not cool at all. I mean, aside from marijuana and like peyote, all other drugs are have some kind of chemical in them. So you're basically putting poison in your body. I mean, marijuana and peyote are both natural substances, and they don't really you don't add anything to them. So Tina, how the fuck are ya? She's up to no good right now. Is she grabbing everything under the sun for you to sell? That's funny. I love Tina. I miss Tina. We need a Tina rant. The fuck? You're slacking, woman. Poor Susanna, my ass. I can guarantee you, Susanna is driving Tina just as nuts. Okay, guarantee you, because she's questioning everything Tina's doing. She's driving Tina nuts. Why are you putting that there? Why is that there? Well, what are you doing with that? Well, maybe I don't want to do that one first. Fuck you. You're doing it first. She has a plan in motion. Right, but that doesn't mean you're not questioning anything anyway. Oh no, you misplaced your blue nail polish. That sucks. I have purple nail polish somewhere on the floor, and I'll be damned if I can find it. So it's probably under my table somewhere. The table, the little end table. And yeah, there's no getting it back until I can move the table. Okay, so who is at Larry's listed show? I'll open that can of worms. What in the hell? Oh, UPS just went down the street. It's like, wow, that was loud. Yeah, Mr. Jim, definitely. The family auctions are always great because things go so quickly, and it's just awesome. You get to see so many different different things. I can tell by all the laughing faces that a lot of you were at Larry's lifting show. That's what you're missing is nail polish, Larry. You're silly. Bye, Jessica. Have a good day. Kathy, no sneaking off to the corner for you, girl. Larry, I love you, but what the hell was with the Looney Tune on your listing show? That I mean, damn. I tuned in about 4 o'clock and I just sat here in shock. Like, what in the fuck am I watching right now? And you were just working away, and I'm like, and there was no link, so I couldn't even go in and be like, "Hey, what's up?" and try and distract the train wreck. I'm like, shit, because I would have come in and help you. Mm, he meant well. Well, Larry meant well, and I know Larry doesn't like to hurt anyone's feelings. I have no problem with that. Aw, hi Ted. I hope you're having a good day, Ted. right up until now. Um, Rhonda's probably sleeping. She worked her ass off at that marathon. But I did love how he told us all about Kathy and how Kathy was. Kathy, how's that grandma status working for you? And then tried to like mansplain what he meant. Um, eh, the definitions in his head of the words he was using do not coincide with the actual definitions. So him justifying calling Kathy a grandma by explaining the different virtues of a grandma still didn't work. Yeah. And you don't even know how many people were like, "Hey, he needs to come on your show on Saturday." I'm like, "Oh fuck no." Um, he'd end up leaving in tears. Yeah, and it was awesome. He said it was awesome that you don't have kids. How was that awesome? I mean, it's not awesome. You know what I mean? It's not a positive or negative if you don't have kids. It's just you don't have kids. It's just a fact. But saying it's awesome that you don't have kids is weird. It's just weird. I wanted him to tell us how Rhonda was. That's what I was waiting for, is him to explain to us about Rhonda. You know, I mean, has anybody ever seen the guy in chat before? I hadn't. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because I've never seen that channel name in chat. But he like showed up. Like showed up and took over Larry's panel. I'm like, he was inviting people on the panel, and just, I'm like, you seen him at Johnny's? Mm. Yeah, I've missed the last few chats that Lisa's had. Randomness, napping, you know. Uh-oh. I just got a payment decline thing on my PayPal, and there should be money. I haven't charged anything on my PayPal. What the hell? I'm here. I'm just not looking at chat, so I need to check this and see what tried to charge my PayPal without me knowing it. Like without authorization. The hell? Because I haven't used the PayPal or anything. Except for my shipping, which was already done. Hmm. Okay, well, that's not telling me anything. Let's see. Huh. Oh, well, that's weird. Said I didn't have enough for the tip from the Walmart thing yesterday. Well, if they didn't wait so long to freaking charge my card, it probably would have been in there. I don't know. I'll go into Walmart later and fix it, because although the guy he screwed up the order, but it was in my favor and not, but he handed me all these bags. I'm sitting in a wheelchair. He just handed me all these bags. So yeah, he made up the groovy song. Yeah, which was the same rhythm and tone and all of that as the song he sang when he first got there. He's like a one rhythm wonder or something. He just makes up different words. Um, hey, Barbara. So, but yeah, that's what didn't go through was the $4 tip for the delivery person from Walmart. I don't know if I'll be able to pay that with my other card or not. No, I didn't get out yesterday. I had food delivered. And actually, I ended up with a green bell pepper, some scallions, some turkey lunch meat, and some salami lunch meat. I don't eat salami, but I'll eat the turkey lunch meat. I didn't order it. he just he apparently had more than one order in the back of his car, so somebody that he's delivering to is not going to be happy yesterday. Um, but there should have been enough money in there, and there wasn't. I was $2 short for his $4 tip, so they couldn't take it out. He didn't screw up my order, so I want to give him his tip. Although he could have been a little more polite about throwing the Walmart bags at me while I'm sitting in a wheelchair. A couple of them hit the ground. Luckily, I didn't have any eggs. You know what I mean? Uh, Annie, can't wait to get food. Give me food. Yeah, I don't like salami at all. Ugh. But it's like a half a pound of salami and like a pound of roast turkey. So I'll eat the hell out of turkey meat. Hell yeah. I'm not a big fan of green bell pepper, so I use the scallions though because I'll chop those up and I'll put them on my burgers. But I told my mom that if the bell pepper was still in decent shape next Wednesday, she could take that home with her because she eats green bell peppers all the time. Hell, she can have the salami too if she wants it. If it's still good, I mean, it'll be a week old, but I love pastrami. I do not like salami. I was thinking that too. I was like, if that was pastrami, I'd eat the shit out of that right now. Jeez, they just tried to charge my account again 5 minutes later. Relax, people. God. Larry, no peppers. I like red, yellow, and orange bell peppers. Sauteed or cooked with um kielbasa or potatoes or potatoes and onion things like that. But I don't like green ones seem bitter to me. I don't like them. So, but I love pastrami sandwiches. Got to be warm pastrami though. You got to heat that shit up. Yep. We always end up talking about food or sex, one or the other. You show us something. Bye, Dawn. Have a great day. I wonder how many times I can try hitting my card, the PayPal for that. I mean, I really don't want to have to sit there and freaking um, try and transfer like $4 off my card and have a charge for it. I mean, that's crazy. Yep, 5 more hours. Well, in about an hour and a half, I will be ending this and making my way out to the other part of the house. My son is supposed to show up at some point today too to get my card to go get my rent. Of course, I don't know when he's showing up, so um, but I'll be going out there so I can be out there already when the mail person comes and get my packages sent off. Woohoo! I don't know if my eyes are up for me making anything today, but I have some stuff I can sort through. Mm, Designs and do-overs. Kristen sent me a box of beads and different things, so I can sort through those. And I have the hashtag cocktail boxes that Jesse sent me that I can sort through. Oh, Larry, you're going to be on there today? That's awesome. Yeah, Brandon's mom's going to be on tonight, I think you said. Your carrier comes between 12 and 3:30. God, that would be too long in the wheelchair for me. My carrier is usually here between like 1 and 2 o'clock, I think. Whenever I've had a package delivered and I'm keeping an eye out for it, it always says delivered at mailbox at 1:45 or something, you know. And yesterday I saw them coming back down the street, opposite side, and it was like 10 minutes at 2 or something like that. So I haven't, Jen, because my eyes have been so blurry and goopy and between allergies and eye strain that I have not been able to make very much. But I do have other jewelry that I have here that was sent to me to sell. Good morning, Victoria. Girl, what the hell were you drinking yesterday? Hyper, hyper. You were like one of those little wind up toys that someone wound up too tight. Like Ricochet Rabbit. Bing, bang, bang. You were awesome. Oh yeah, Debbie. Ours comes on my side of the street first, so I have to be out there and ready for him because I don't want to have to rush to get in the wheelchair. That's a pain in the ass, and it ends up putting my back into spasms. And I have enough issues, so I don't need muscle spasms on my back or nerve spasms either. So I want to already be out there. So I will find something to occupy my time. Yeah, I agree. Yep. Victoria is a freaking rock star, and she was entertaining and exhausting at the same time. I was ready to take a nap right after Victoria was done. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so tired now." And the high blood pressure medication, the stuff, for people with high blood pressure that they can take it safely. That was hysterical because she kept saying it wrong. I love you, Victoria. I believe it. I'm surprised if you even made it out of the room before falling asleep. Yeah, there's no way for me to do that, Jen. I mean, there wasn't even a place in the thing to be able to have special instructions. Yeah, HPV. um, about me being in a wheelchair and all that. The only thing I could do was mark off a front door to pick up in person in front door. Um, if I wanted it, and I had to do it when my mail carrier, like the next available time my mail carrier was coming to pick up mail. If I wanted to schedule a special time, it said I had to call the post office. Well, I've had to call our post offices before and nothing gets done. So I just scheduled it for the next available pickup, which was today at the regular mail time, which they don't tell you what it is, so yeah. Our mail people are not the most conscientious people. I mean, they throw packages up on your porch. I've seen them do it. So mail guy stand at the bottom of my neighbor's step and just throw their package up on there. Um, and they leave my packages at the end of the damn porch. They don't come all the way up on the porch and leave it at the door and things like that. If they even deliver it to my door, usually they shove it in my mailbox. So, hello, Ossifer. Cop just cruised up my street very slowly. Which all of that is better than the mail carrier that I had when we first moved here, who used to take liquid lunches and eventually ended up getting busted stealing people's mail. Not in my neighborhood. I'm not having it walk off. I'm not taking any chances with people's packages. Nope. I'm not going to wait outside. I'm going to wait at my door. I can't get outside. Well, I can get outside. I just can't get back in. So I just open my front door and I'll be able to hear the mail truck and then go to the door. with the packages. But I can talk to them when they get here, and I can mention it to them. Whether or not they'll do anything about it, I have no idea. They don't care if it's their job to get the mail to. They are very secure in their jobs as government workers, and half the people here don't want to do their job anyway. They just want to get paid. So, and besides that, it's kind of windy, and these packages are pretty light, so I'm not just leaving the stuff outside. Nope. You would think in an ideal world they would accommodate to my needs, but this is not an ideal world. This is South Carolina, and yeah. Well, I live on an alphabet street. It hasn't been too bad since the meth dealers left, but there are still assholes in the neighborhood that will walk off with your stuff. I've gotten really lucky that none of my packages have gotten stolen, but I know others in the neighborhood whose stuff has been stolen. So no, you know, scavengers will walk up and down the streets looking for, things that people leave out on the side of the road, but they have absolutely no problem walking up on your porch and grabbing your stuff. No, why would I have a postal tote? This is the first time I've ever done shipping. You know what I got? I got a cardboard box. That's what I got. And I doubt my postal carrier is going to give me a postal tote when I've got 5 packages that weigh under a pound total. Because that's what I need is one more thing taking up space in the house. Big old postal tote. Although it'd be really nice to need one of those to have a use for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I start doing better, not better, but if I start doing a higher volume of sales and I need something like that, then yeah. See, I don't see why I would need 15 totes. Seems kind of redundant to need 15 of them. I mean, do you need to use all 15 at once? I don't see why anybody would need that many postal totes. On regular totes, yeah, because you store stuff in them. But welcome back, Ted. Have a good vacation. Kathy, I only have one. Feel like an underachiever now, don't you? Ted, if you are going to keep getting timed out, well, why are you here? I don't get it. I don't understand why that's such a thing now to get timed out. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. But yeah. So for now, I'll just take the box with me. Well, I have the box sitting near the door, so all I got to do is just turn the wheelchair a little bit and grab it, and she can just take the packages out of it. They do. They like to rile me up. Yeah, I understand that, Jen, but why would you need 15 postal totes? I mean, do you ship that much that you would need to use 15 of them? Like at one time, or I don't understand why. Well, I should ask, do they take the whole tote with them when they go? I mean, like you fill the tote with your packages, you put it out, and they just grab the tote and go, and then don't give you a new one? Or, what I mean? I'm not really sure how it works. So, because if they just take it with them and don't give you a new one, I could see why you would need backups so that you can start filling the next one. Like I get that. Um, Hell, with my postal carriers, half the time I'm lucky I get the right mail. the old postal work when we lived in the woods when we first moved here. I mean, hell, he'd have things that needed signatures, and he would just take those cards that you're supposed to. Hey, USC fan. The card you're supposed to sign for delivery, and he'd mark off, tried to deliver, blah blah blah, and then he'd just throw the thing out on the ground beside your mailbox or whatever. He wouldn't even he wouldn't even try and deliver it. I mean, I'd be sitting at home, I'd watch the mail carrier, the mail car go up the street, never even slowing down at my mailbox, and all of a sudden the piece of paper will fly out the window. And my son would find it like 20 feet from the mailbox. Mom, this was on the ground. You know, it's like, what the hell? Yeah. Oh, okay. So they take the whole thing. Got you. So it depends on the mail carrier, I guess, on whether they empty the tote and just take the packages or whether they take the whole thing. And some people have a tote and some people have a bag. Hmm. So again, it all narrows down to whether your postal worker is an asshole or not. Uh, I'm the one that we normally have, the woman postal carrier. She doesn't deliver packages to the door like she should. But I have never seen her throw anything. It was a substitute guy that got to the bottom of my neighbor's stairs, and I think I was on a live when he did this. I was like, "Holy crap! That guy, postal worker, just threw my neighbor's package on his porch." Yeah, and he wasn't even at the direct bottom of the stairs. He was about a foot away from the stairs, and he just hurled it up onto the porch. And I'm like, "Wow! If anything's broken, I'm letting them know why." Yeah, any kind of contact that has to be done with the postal workers or whatever has to be. You have to call the post office. Calling our post office here gets you nowhere. It's impossible to get them to answer the phone, and if they do answer the phone, you're on hold forever, and then they run you around to all different departments. I've been through this. I've done this. I will talk to my carrier as when she comes to pick up the packages today, and I'll let her know. Um, that I need my mail delivered up to the door. I'm gonna have to try and figure out something to put on my door to be able to have her drop mail into something like a bag or something that I can attach to my door um somehow, or just hanging on the damn doorknob. When I open the door, I'll get it, uh, something. Because I don't like having to ask my neighbor to grab my mail for me. It just seems like it's one more thing that I'm having to ask somebody to do for me, and it makes me feel bad. Yeah, Victoria, definitely drive safely. Watch where you're going. Hey, Wes. So, Wes is up relatively early after the auction last night. Yeah, I will. I'm in South Carolina. I will. I'll talk to my postal carrier today. This got to be something we can figure out. Um, you know, uh, most of the postal workers around here are lazy. They don't. Yep, he found you. Um, they don't want to go even an extra inch. So I mean, the postal worker has to see mail piling up in my mailbox. You know, I mean, 3 or 4 days worth of mail is shoved in my mailbox. They've never said anything to me or inquired or come to the door. Nothing. And you know my neighbor will eventually grab it out of my mailbox and bring it up and stick it in my door, which of course then it goes all over the floor as soon as I open the door, and that's fun to pick up with a grabber. But so I'm gonna have to ask her to at least bring packages up, and stick them in between the doors if she can. If not, put it next to the door where I can grab it. Because there's nothing more frustrating than having a package delivered to the end of my steps, which is about 15 feet away from my front door, and have it sitting there out in open view for everybody. Because I mean, I have a railing, I have ramp on the front of the house, but right at the stairs is completely open to anybody coming down the street. They can see that there's a package there. And so then I'm all freaking out that it's going to get stolen because I can't reach it, and my neighbors aren't home, and it's stress I don't need. So I can't be. Yeah, well, I'll talk to her today. Her or him, whoever the hell's delivering the mail these days. Cat, get off my phone. Stupid. My phone never gave me a warning on low battery yesterday, and I looked at it this morning and it was at like 9%. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, wow. And it's been charging, what's it, 11, about 3 hours, and I'm at 27%. Yeah, I love this phone cord. Hmm. So, but from what I've seen, every postal worker I've had in all the different locations I've lived in this state, they do the bare minimum. They and sometimes less than that. Hey, Bobby. Um, Wes, Wes, you're starting to get a little creepy. Just saying. um, yeah, they just don't seem to want to do. I mean, I have delivery people, except for the Walmart guy yesterday, but I have delivery people that will bring stuff into the house. I mean, I had one guy wasn't even my delivery guy, and he came over and moved the Chewy.com box into my house for me. Yeah. Because that had been sitting on my porch for 3 days, and I was anxiety levels were huge over someone stealing that. Luckily, no one did. And the neighbor's food delivery guy was like, "Hey, do you want me to move that closer to your door?" I was like, "Would you? That'd be awesome." And then he just moved it into the inside of my door for me, so it was already in my house, and I didn't have to drag it in the door. It was great. But then you have people like the postal workers that are like, "Oh, we don't feel like delivering this today," or they put the mail in the wrong box, or they throw your package on your porch or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, okay. You door dashed coffee for real? Yeah. Snow leopards are beautiful. I love snow leopards. The big old back feet. Yeah, I looked up some food delivery stuff the other day. Just out of a curiosity thing. It was like, you know what, if I actually do okay with selling, and I can generate some extra income, I might actually every once in a while be able to order something other than just Domino's, because I get Domino's because it lasts me more than one meal. You know what I mean? Um, but I was like, I might be able to treat myself or something. So I was looking up different things, and the one thing, it would have cost like 25 bucks for the food itself, and then it was almost another $25 between taxes, fees, and delivery. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not paying $50 for one meal. I'm like, that's insane. So yeah, I definitely have to bargain shop with that shit. I'm like, holy crap. Crazy. Kathy, Victoria, Kathy DoorDashed coffee. I hope you DoorDashed other things besides coffee. I hope it's not just coffee. I mean, because I know there are specials and stuff, and that was with 25% off, by the way. They had a 25% off special thing, so I did the application for that, and I did it as if I was going to order it. And I just didn't do check. I just never hit checkout, but I'm like, yeah, it was like $47 and some change. I'm like, are you kidding me? Hi, my badass. Good morning. Good morning. So I was like, that's insane. How do people do this? you know, it's already bad enough. $24 for food, 24, $25 for like one meal. I'm like, and then all this other shit on top of it. I'm like, what the hell? It's craziness. My frugal side won't allow me to do that. Victoria pulled over to see who DoorDashed coffee. Yeah, I actually don't get sick of pizza because I don't get it that often. So I don't get sick of pizza. Um, and I figured, you know what, if you're getting sick of pizza, just get different kinds of pizza. But yeah, I can't afford stuff like that. So every once in a while I'm able to do it and I make sure that, because one pizza will last me 3 or 4 meals. Or several instances of, oh shit, I have the munchies and I'll grab a piece. But I don't get to do it that often because I'm usually so broke I can't pay attention. Well, that is a very safe way to do it, Kathy. And I'm glad you don't drive when you've eaten your gummies. It's very, very responsible. You are such a responsible groovy giggle girl. Your heartburn lets you know. Well, you know what gives me heartburn with pizza is the sauce, the tomato sauce. So now I get it without tomato sauce. I get it with Parmesan garlic sauce. Okay, Victoria. Larry, no. I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, my latest the pizza that I love, and it's like pizza crack, is it's a Parmesan garlic sauce, um, chicken, mushrooms. Sometimes I get roasted red peppers. Sorry, Larry. Um, Sometimes I get spinach on it and bacon, and they're so good. Yeah, but I don't know how people can afford to do that. I've never done Grubhub. I have done DoorDash before, um, once, but I guess what you have to do is look for the places that do like free delivery or something. Because I mean, the other thing was like there was a delivery fee, and then you have to tip the driver, and then they had fees and taxes and stuff, and it was like $9 for fees. I'm like, what the hell? Because I know damn well taxes are not $9. So what fee is this? I'm already paying for delivery. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, Jennifer, it's just, hey, Catherine. Um, yeah, that's the only thing I could think of is $9 for fees. They're adding on, gas prices or something. Because I'm like, let's see, what was it? It was a $4 delivery fee. Then there was something else, and then they tried to tack on like a $10 driver tip, and I'm like, don't tell me how much to tip. I hate that. Um, oh, I love the chicken carbonara. I get chicken carbonara from Domino's all the time. And then $9 for fees, and I'm like, you already charged me fees. What fees are these? I don't get it. Wes, you do that. Go ahead and try it because I'll change the shipping label to Timbuktu, and we'll see where you end up. Like Garfield used to try and ship Normal, the little gray kitten, used to try and ship him to Timbuktu. That's where you'll go. We'll send you to Timbuktu. So yeah, I know there are a lot of places that don't charge a delivery fee and things like that. And a lot of those places they have higher menu prices if you're ordering through like DoorDash and stuff. Because if you go on their website and you look at their regular menu, the prices are like $2 less on everything that they're charging you. So, you know, I don't know. But Kathy. Uh, that was good, Kathy. That was a good one. No non-service pets allowed on board, Wes. Yeah, I mean, I try and if I have quote unquote extra money, which is very rare that I have money that I don't have to spend on a bill or something. Um, I try to if I'm gonna spend it on something like, ordering out like Domino's or something, I have to make sure that the food lasts long as it can. Yeah, it's crazy service fees, delivery fee, taxes, food, then tip. I'm glad that you have the income to do it. I really am. I have financial envy, but I just can't do it. So if I am able to do it, I want to get the most I can for the money that I'm spending. You know what I mean? So I just have to look for the deals and the free delivery things and stuff like that. Kathy. So and two, I look at the reviews. Like when I was looking through DoorDash, I was looking at different reviews and stuff, and they seem to go to extremes. It's like some people love the restaurant, and other people are like, "Well, they left out some of my food, and my food was cold, and this, that." And I'm like, I can't spend money on something I can't eat, or if they don't give me what I've paid for, because that's one thing that pisses me off so bad. Is if I order sides or I order food a certain way and they fuck it up. I've paid for the food and you didn't give me the food, so bring me the food now. You know what I mean? It pisses or give me my money back. Those are your choices. Either repay me for what you didn't send me or send it to me, bring it to me, and it better be hot, you know? Because if I'm paying for a service, that service better be perfect. Because, yeah, I'm that bitch. And given the gas prices at this point and the fact that a lot of, dashers and things like that, they have other things that they're doing, so they can't just repeatedly go back and forth between two places because of a fuck up. Make sure the order is done correctly. I mean, it's not like you don't have a million people in the restaurant to double check it. You have a receipt. Just read it off the receipt. Look at what you're doing. Issa was a dasher. I don't know if she still is or not, but she was. And I remember her saying that she got called back because somebody had ordered from Burger King and they ordered a burger and fries, like a Whopper or whatever, and fries. And Burger King left the fries off the order. And the person was furious because they only paid for two things. They got them separate. They didn't get a meal deal. So they paid, for the burger and they paid for the fries. And then there were no French fries. Excuse me, soda. Um, so they wanted their French fries. So she had to go back to Burger King, and Burger King was bitching, and she's like, "You're bitching. I'm using up all my gas because of your fuck up." She's like, "How difficult is it to read it off the damn receipt? Burger and fries. If there are two things on the receipt and there's only one thing in the bag, obviously something's missing. Get it right." But she was pissed because whatever she had gotten a tip, I think she got like a $5 tip for the run, the first part of the run. She used up in gas having to go back and forth again. So she was not happy. And this is why you need a big dog, Kathy. This is why you need a big dog. Or even worse, get a little dog. Those little ankle nippers, man. Their little tiny little bites are painful. They're like tiny little paper cuts with teeth. Did I ever tell you my son's perfect plan for keeping zombies out of the house if we ever have the zombie apocalypse? He wants to get a lot of those walking machines. The hell are those things called that people just in the gym they just walk or run on them? Get a bunch of those and just line them up all the way around your house, and the zombies will just walk themselves until they rot away. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, yeah, because they'll just keep walking and walking and not going anywhere. Yeah, tell me about it. My neighbor has chihuahuas, and I always know when he's outside or when someone's walking down the street. And I always know when the one of his is in the side yard between my house and the other neighbor's house because Simi will spot it and she does not like that. Yeah, treadmill. Thank you, Jen and Kathy and Bonnie. Treadmill. I knew it was something like that. My neighbor's Chihuahua Snowball. Simi does not like that dog. It's the only dog she doesn't like in the neighborhood. Um, because that little fucker snarled and charged at her face. I know, Jen, but my son's kind of out there. Um, Simi wanted to play with Snowball, and she had her head sticking out my door. I was holding on to her, and Snowball was on my porch and snarled and jumped at my dog. And so Simi's had a grudge against that dog ever since. So now she wants to eat her. So, mm. But any other dog in the neighborhood can bark their ass off. My dog just sleeps right through it. Snowball makes a yip, and my dog is up and at the window. I'm like, okay. Um, I let Simi out this morning, and all of a sudden I heard, and I'm like, what the hell? And I look, and Caesar was out back. He's on his tie out back, which I noticed comes into my yard, like halfway into my backyard. And I'm like, okay. I don't have a problem with it personally, but I just, my neighbor didn't ask if it was okay if the tie out was that long, but it's okay. He's the one who cuts my yard. So if he's got to run over Rottweiler poop, that's on him. It's his dog's poop. But yeah, Caesar wanted to get to Simi. There was about 15 feet between the kennel and where Caesar's tie out ended, and Caesar's jumping around on the end of the tie out, just wagging his tail and whining, and he wanted to play with Simi so bad. And Simi's at the very edge of the kennel, and she's all wagging her tail and wiggly, and yeah, she wanted to play. There's just no way they can do it though. But it was so cute, so cute. I was like, I'm sorry, Caesar, you're just gonna have to love her from afar. Oh yeah, Caesar is a Rottweiler, big old Rottweiler. Oh my god, the dog's gorgeous. My Simi is a pit bull boxer mix, but the neighbor's dog is a Rottweiler, and Simi and Caesar, it's a long distance relationship. They whine and waggle their tails at each other and want to play so bad, and yeah, they just can't. So, but that Chihuahua Snowball, man, Simi's like, oh yeah, put her in here with me. Go ahead, put her. It would be a cage match that Snowball would not survive. Um, yeah, because my Simi might be small. The Chihuahua is smaller, but Simi might be small, but she is definitely feisty. She's small but mighty. Yeah, I love Rotties. Rotties are awesome dogs. So yeah, and Simi went out twice this morning, so they got to talk to each other twice. Because she goes outside and she goes pee, and then she comes inside and eats, and then she goes back outside and does the rest of her business. So, and she was so funny because she turned her back towards Caesar, like, "Don't watch me." It was so funny. It was funny. So, and the neighbor was out there mowing the lawn at 9:15 this morning. So, Yeah, I miss all of the dogs I've had in the past. Only thing I can think of is John is very busy taking care of all of our fur babies that have passed on before us. You know, including that litter of puppies that the neighbor poisoned. Oh, that's so sad. Well, Simi has to live forever because I don't know what I do without her, and there's no way for me to train another dog now. Being in the wheelchair would be very difficult for me to train, and getting a dog that is already past the house training stage might already have bad habits that I would have to train out. And I don't know. I really want to take a chance on a dog that's already grown because I like to train my dogs to my training. So yeah, Simi is from the North Carolina Animal Shelter, Animal Control. That's what they call it, North Carolina Animal Control. I got her in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, when she was 6 weeks old. She was a itty bitty baby, and now she's 8. She'll be 9 in around July. Yeah, all of mine have been mutts, except when I was living in my parents' house when I was a kid. My mom would only have purebred, and my mom and my dad would only have purebred dogs because they wanted to make sure they knew how big the dog would be and things like that. So, but most of mine have been rescued one way or the other. Either we find them on the road, um, or we get them at shelters, or people are getting rid of their dogs, so we take them one way or the other. Dogs have already always been rescued in some way or another. But back when I had both feet, I had serious weakness that I could not. I wanted. I was torn because I wanted to volunteer at our animal shelter because I am very good at training dogs. And a lot of the dogs that end up at animal shelters are not properly trained to, sit, lay down, things like that. So I thought maybe if I could help contribute to getting them to listen, a well-trained dog would be, more likely to be adopted. But on the other hand, I would end up being a dog hoarder because I would want to bring them all home. You know what I mean? So yeah, I my heart breaks over seeing all the animals in shelters and things. That's why I was so devastated that I had to turn Miha over to the animal shelter because I just couldn't take care of 2 dogs by myself being in a wheelchair. I was happy that she got a new home before Christmas though, because she got adopted about a week before Christmas. So that was good. Morning, Clint. So damn, Kathy, isn't your coffee there yet? Take their tip away. They're taking too long. Wes. Uh, yeah, cats will do that. Dasher en route. Cats will definitely do that. We have two of those little assholes live in my house. In 2 years ago in January. Wow, it's been that long. I've been putting up with these little bitches. 2 years ago in January, John adopted 2 cats from the shelter. They were 3 and 4 months old, and he adopted Onyx, which was a mostly black cat, a little bit of white on the chest, belly, and 2 of her back toes, just the tips of her toes. And then Mardi Gras, which started off being a tricolor cat. She was a calico, and all the brown disappeared about within a month of her coming in the house. There was no more brown on her, but we'd already named her Mardi Gras because tricolor animals are also considered a party color. So I was like, well, just name her Mardi Gras. You always wanted to go there. So he named her Mardi Gras. Well, Onyx adopted me, and she was Kathy. Don't scare her like that. Let her enjoy her coffee. Um, and Marty was definitely John's cat. She is such a bitch. And she hated his wife. She seriously would try and make that woman bleed every opportunity she had. Um, Onyx is a cuddler. She loves to cuddle and just purr, and she's the one. If you ever hear meowing, that's who you're hearing is Onyx. Um, and then when John passed away last February, or 2 Februarys ago, his wife wanted to take the cat that didn't like her. I'm like, no. I'm like, they've been living together. Let them stay together. I'll keep her because it's very becoming, Wes. You're definitely a Brianna. Um, I wasn't going to let her take a cat that didn't like her, because then she would end up getting resentful that the cat wasn't warming up to her. I mean, come on. After months, the cat's not warming up to you. The cat doesn't like you. Leave her alone. Then the cat would have ended up getting abused or thrown out the door. So I wasn't going to let that happen to John's cat. So she's here with me, and she's never tried to injure me. So hi, Paul. And John would play a little rough with her, but she still didn't really attack him. His wife, though, literally, the cat turned into Catzilla, literally. So I don't have that problem because I don't drink coffee. I think coffee is disgusting. So Kathy can keep her coffee. She doesn't have to ever worry about me trying to steal her coffee, unless she has coffee ice cream, and then all bets are off. I love coffee ice cream. Yeah, nope. Oatmeal, yummy. Enjoy your slime. I mean, your breakfast. I can't eat oatmeal. It's a texture thing. Ugh. However, I love oatmeal in chocolate chip cookies and in those chocolate no bake cookies. Like they're like chocolate peanut butter no bake cookies or something. I love those. But there has to be cookies around my oatmeal or I can't eat it. Oh yeah, I'll stab somebody over chocolate ice cream. And I like to put or coffee ice cream. I like to put like the Nesquik powdered chocolate milk mix. I like to sprinkle that over it, and then I mix it all up and make like a mocha type of ice cream. Everything's better with chocolate on it. Sorry. John thought I would like this frozen, I don't know, mocha caramel something that he got at Krispy Kreme. Yeah, I took one sip and I was like, "Come and get this thing off my table." I was like, "Get it away from me. That's gross." All I could taste was the coffee. The coffee to me was so strong. He said he could barely taste any coffee in it, and all I could taste was coffee. I was like, "Bleh." Yeah, Kathy doesn't like her food to touch each other. She's okay with textures though. Yeah. There are some things like I can't eat avocado. The texture gets me. No matter how it's prepared, the texture of avocado kills me. I'm like, nope. But I have no problem with my food touching each other. Like when I make food and I make like a meal and I have like mashed potatoes and peas, or I have mashed potatoes and corn on my plate, not everybody else's, but on my plate, I make a little well with my potatoes and I stick the vegetables inside it and then mush it all together so that way my peas can't run away. If you have juice in your green beans, you haven't strained them correctly when you get them out of the pot or whatever. Green beans are not supposed to be juicy. Just assaulting your mashed potatoes. You're so funny. But yeah, my son won't eat peas. He cannot stand the texture of peas. He says they make his teeth feel funny. I'm like, okay. But I watched him struggle when he when my kids were little, I watched them struggle trying to get like little niblets of corn onto a fork because they wanted to eat like their daddy did. And he ate everything just using a fork, never used a spoon. Because I told him, use a damn spoon. And they're like, no, we don't need to do it like daddy. And I'm like, oh. So I reached over and I mixed all their mashed potatoes and their vegetables together. I was like, there, now try it. And they did. And of course, it all stayed on the fork. And they're like, hey, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm the genius. Now eat your food. Oh, okay. Well, she didn't drain it correctly. I wouldn't want the like the water from the green beans or whatever. I wouldn't want that assaulted by mashed potatoes either because it waters down your mashed potatoes, it makes them all runny. If I want potato soup, I'll get potato soup, you know? But yeah, for tiny little bitsy vegetables like peas or corn or something, I use potato like glue. It works. And I mean, I actually make like food bowls. Like I'll heat up like the little bits of chicken, the diced chicken. I'll heat up a small handful of that. I'll make mashed potatoes and I'll make a vegetable and I put it all in a bowl together. Like the KFC bowls or whatever. And it's easier for me because I have to carry things with one hand. So instead of carrying a plate with all the food on it that could potentially tip over, I put it all in a plastic container, like a Glad plastic container, food storage container, and I can put a lid on it and I can carry it into my room without if I drop it, it's not going to go all over my floor. And it's easier to hold on to one of those things than it is a plate of food while you're trying to wheel a wheelchair with one hand. It's just a pain in the ass. So one item at a time, no mixing. There's no way I would be going back and forth one at a time. No. And it's so boring to eat out in the other part, like in the kitchen. There's just nothing to do. I'd be staring at the wall, like duh, as opposed to coming in here and watching a movie or watching YouTube or whatever, or reading. When I had my Kindle, I would grab food and I'd eat while I was reading, that kind of thing. I like to multitask. Simi was so funny the other day. I'm making food, and I mean, all I was doing was nuking something, and she's following me everywhere around the kitchen. I'm looking at her, I'm like, you're not even supposed to be in the kitchen when I'm dealing with food. What are you doing? And she like looked at me. I was like, what did I say? And she went and laid down on the other side of the little barrier thing on the floor, the little floor strip that separates the kitchen from the living room. And I was like, that's better. And the next thing I know, I pull the stuff out of the microwave and you got to stir it and then put it back in the microwave. So I go over, I get it out of the microwave, put it on the table, peel the film thing back. I'm stirring it. And I look down and there's my dog staring at me. I was like, are you begging in my house? And she actually ran away and went and laid back down because she's not allowed to beg. She's been trained not to beg. And I cannot stand animals that sit there and stare at you when you're eating or they beg for your food. No. I wouldn't put up with it from a person. I'm not putting up with it from an animal. So she went and laid down. She didn't move until I was completely done after that. It was just so funny because she does try to push her limits, like thinking because it's been so long since I've actually eaten in another room, like I'm gonna forget. you know? But when I eat in my room, she lays behind me. So I don't see her. She could be staring at me. I have no idea, but she usually just goes to sleep because she doesn't get people food anyway. So I don't know what she was thinking, but I'm like, "Where are your manners?" And she'll go and lay down or whatever. She's funny. She's a good girl. But just like with all children, she does try to push her luck. Sassy little thing she is. Huh, I need to clean my glasses. Put my glasses on and I couldn't. I was my vision was worse once I put them on. I'm like, okay, that's not right. So we got another half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna call it quits because I want to be out there when the mail comes. And like I said, I don't know exactly when that's going to be. Also, don't know when my son is going to show up. Uh, So he'll usually send me a OTW on the way through Messenger, like 2 minutes before he pulls up, if he remembers to tell me he's on his way at all. So, I haven't done any sales, Paul. I did get my shipping done. My shipping is getting picked up today. Um, I scheduled with Pirate Ship. I scheduled it for pickup, so that is probably going to get picked up between 1 and 2. It said whenever my regular mail carrier comes. So as far as I know, that's between 1 and 2. At least it is during the week. Hopefully, it's still the same on the weekends. I don't know. Um, and then I'll probably do a sale sometime next week because they had the family marathon going on this weekend. So I didn't want to do any sales this weekend, and I wanted to make sure that my shipping got done before I um, sold anything else. I don't want that piling up. You know what I mean? But now I got it all worked out, so I know what I'm doing now, as much as anybody knows what they're doing. But I know how to put everything into Pirate Ship and get the labels printed and do all that fun, happy stuff. So it will go a lot quicker and more smooth next time. Hi, Tim. How's everybody? How are you feeling? I still want my milkshake. Whatnot has a huge retail rally going on. Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about Whatnot. I'm just figuring out YouTube. So, and I'm not selling on any of the platforms. So I don't want to have to deal with all the fees and things like that right now. So I just, you're alive. Alive is good. Better be on this side of the dirt than the other, right? Um, eventually I might, with my own work, I might put it on Etsy or something. See, Etsy lost a lot of its integrity when it started doing things that were not just homemade or handmade or hand modified. When they started taking everything and anything, just like eBay, it lost a lot of its integrity because Etsy used to be something that was for, artisans. It used to be for people that made things, and they got greedy and changed it. So, oh, good for you, Paul. I'm happy for you. So, so I don't know, but eventually I'll, when I can get some more, when I'm able to get my stuff made, I might put some things up on Etsy and see how that goes. I'm not really sure, but I think when Etsy compromised in its requirements for their site, things kind of started to go downhill for them. In my eyes, anyway. I mean, I had a lot of respect for something that oriented towards handmade artists, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, you can sell your vintage T-shirts that are like 50 years old. You have no idea where they were bought or when they were made. Blah blah blah. Just sell whatever you want on our site." I'm like, "Well, hello, eBay the second." So I don't know. It's not completely off the you know the table of ideas. Yeah, her giggle was broken. She had a busted giggle. I'm glad it's back. Well, Tim, I did my first sale last week, and ironically, what I sold was something that I had beaded a while ago. Um, but I do have a few rings and stuff that are made, but they were in really large sizes, so I can understand there was no audience for them. Um, but I haven't really been able to make too much because of my eyes. I have made a few things, and hopefully I will be able to get things made while I can. When my eyes are clear, it's mostly eye strain, I think. Um, eBay's working on a live auction on it. Yeah, Kathy, I'm glad that you're improving. Now get all the way better. Yeah, and for a while I wasn't feeling good. I was just, I don't know, just felt run down, like no energy. I was all blah. I'm a little better now. My energy levels are up a little bit, so that's good. I'm super excited that my shipping is going out today because it's the shipping from my first sale. Woohoo! I'm all excited. Um, and I do have other things to sell. I mean, because Linda's had a whole bunch of stuff sent to me, so I do have that, and I have 2 boxes of stuff that Clear Thrifts had sent. Hashtag cockmail had a lot of costume jewelry and things in it that I still have to sort through. I'm sure there's sellable stuff in there, and anything that's not wearable, I'm sure I could do like craft jewelry jars or something. Um, you know, things like that. So, and I do have a few things that are in the works that I've gotten started, and just because of my eyes, I haven't been able to finish. I have a bumblebee jasper ring that I'm doing, and I have a amber piece. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do a pendant or if I'm going to do a ring. It's a rather good size amber piece of amber, um, round. So I'm not really sure which I'm gonna do yet, but well, that's pretty cool. Everything was paid for already. That's nice. It's always nice to have that ka-ching in there. And I will say I do fully appreciate everybody paying so promptly, and I am very sorry about the mix-up with my PayPal. I cannot verify my PayPal account because I do not have a bank account attached to it anymore. I do not have a bank account. So I couldn't do the secondary because I verified it when I first got the PayPal account, but in order to accept invoices, they want me to verify it again, and I can't do that. So what I have to do is send out money requests instead of invoices. Um, and I had wanted everybody to be covered under the invoice whole goods and services thing. So I don't know how the money request will work. I'm pretty sure there's a place I can make a comment so I can still list what you bought. Um, and all that just like an invoice, so you'll still have something for your records, but I have to do it um through a money request instead of an invoice, and that irritates me. I will eventually, when I have the money, I'll do like an online, well, when I have the money and I find my social security card, I'll get like an online bank account like Chime or Bluebird or one of those so that I can attach that account to my PayPal, and then I can do the verification and do invoices and everything. I was so happy with myself that I figured out the invoices too all by myself, and then I couldn't accept them. I'm like, I was so mad. Um, so I do appreciate everybody who put the trust in me to do the money request and send it friends and family. So uh, yeah. So unfortunately, that could be a deterrent for some people, and I completely understand if people don't want to send payments like a friend and family or through a money request. I completely understand. There's absolutely no hard feelings. It will be made clear when I do my sale that I have to do it that way. So if you're not comfortable with that, then please don't bid on my stuff or say that you want it. because I don't want to have to go through all the crap of explaining it again when, I can't invoice. Just listen the first time, and if you don't want to do it, it's fine. I'm not going to hold a grudge like, I'm not like that. I understand. Um, but that is just the way that I have to do it right now. I will eventually. I don't know what I did with my social security card because it's not something that you need all the time. I think I know where my ID is, but you have to send copies of that to the banks in order, because I already looked into it. You have to send a picture of your ID and a picture of your social security card, and I can't because I don't know where my social security card is. It's in here somewhere. So I will eventually get that straightened out, but for right now I have to do money requests and friends and family. Sorry. Sorry. I will tell everybody I did estimated shipping because I hadn't gotten the shipping thing set up, and in order to weigh everything, I would have to bring everything into the other room, back and forth, back and forth. So I estimated everybody's shipping, and I actually underestimated by like $1. So everybody got a discount on their shipping, and a couple of people, I drew a, well, Irene, I gave free shipping to because of the mix up that I had in during the sale. That was my way of apologizing to her for losing my head for a moment and getting a little greedy and trying to take bids on something I had already said was sold, which was very bad form on my part, and I do apologize again. Um, that's not how I want things to work. So, but everybody that paid shipping, you got a discount. You got like between $1 and $1.50 off of your shipping because I just estimated it. Yeah, I know that. Well, that's why I wanted to do invoices, Paul, was for the selling protection and buying protection for the people that bought from me. But I can't do it. I mean, there's no way for me to get a bank account. So I have to do the friends and family right now. Um, yeah. Hopefully, I'll find my Social Security card and I can get a bank account before they inquire on it. Yeah. But I did want everybody covered, myself and the people buying from me. That's why I wanted to do invoicing. I didn't realize that they were, with an account that I've had for 10 years, they were going to ask for verification. I'm like, I've had the account for 10 years. Why would I need to verify it again? But yeah, I cannot get anywhere, Paul. So in order to do it, I have to be able to send them a picture of my ID and a picture of my social security card. And I can't do that either because I can't find my social security card. So either a credit union, bank account, any kind of bank, any kind of account, I have to do online. And if I don't have my social security card, I can't do it online. I've looked into it. Again, you need your social security you need your social security card and your ID. I've already looked into Chime, I've looked into Bluebird, I've looked into credit unions around my area. Since I can't get to a physical location, um, and my credit is crap. Credit unions, yeah, but you had to show social security information in order to get any kind of account at a bank. I mean, bank or credit union or whatever, you have to give them your social security number and they have to show proof of it. So you'd have to show them a picture of it. I mean, I'll double check again. I just looked into Chime again though, and one of the requirements is a picture of your social security card. Mhm. Wes. I mean, I used to have a bank account at Wood Forest because that was the only bank in the area that would open an account for me. They have a second chance banking or whatever. But I wasn't able to put money in the account, and they have service fees, and after you can't pay the service fee for a month, they close your account. So that's where that went. Because it was like a 6 or $7 service fee or something. Of course, I know my social security number, but me just saying it to them isn't going to make a difference. They want a picture of my social security card. Speaking of English, hey Tim,
Howdy.
how you feeling?
Oh, I'm a kicking.
You're looking like the mountain man these days.
Yep.
You know, I just finished watching Vikings, and you look very familiar now.
Yeah.
How's the baby?
Oh, he's over at one of his aunts. He
Oh, you
spent the night with one of his aunts last night. So,
getting a break today, huh?
yep.
That's cool.
It, yeah, it's getting quite long, shaggy.
Well, it's good to see you.
Yep. I was gonna ask, I think now I'll just surprise you and pop on. So, it's
Well,
been kind of rough.
I miss seeing
It's,
your pretty face.
yeah, pretty ugly.
Shut up.
I'm trying to get it to where the light's just not so bad. But it's been a rough couple months
Yeah.
between having double pneumonia back in January, along with COPD and bronchitis and asthma. Uh,
Ouch.
Lost my mom in February
Hmm.
and dealing with that, and then having COVID in March. Yeah, it's been a hell of a last 3 months or so.
Yeah, you got whammied.
Yeah, it's been bad. So
I'm
I'm
sorry.
I'm I'm kicking, guys. It's for what it's worth. I'm kicking.
Bye, Paul.
So
Have a good day. Paul's going back to work.
uh so
Well, hopefully things will be getting better. You know, I know the baby
I'm
got sick too. So is
working
he all
on
better?
it, just a day at a time.
Hey, Papa J,
Hey, Mr. J. No, I got my hand over the camera. Hang on.
professional lurker. Okay, there, Papa.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the phone around that way I'm not over the camera. There
There
we
we go.
go. So
Yeah. Well, you guys are all definitely still on my candle, Tim, and I hope everything starts improving rapidly and for the best and all that.
yeah,
I don't like it when people are sick. Don't like it at all.
yeah, appreciate it. Hey, Bobby, Mr. J.
I had walking pneumonia when I was 18, and man, it almost killed me. Uh,
Uh,
I was like, someone
it's no
please shoot me.
fun. I was in the hospital for 3 days in January with the double pneumonia stuff, and
Mm,
they tested me and said that I was negative then, and but everything pointed towards the COVID stuff. But I was
yeah,
negative for it. But it was bad. They had to take me out of the house in an ambulance because I just couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything, and
that's scary.
it was really bad. But I got over it, and all the medicines and everything they pumped into me, and yeah. So I just been hiding in my little corner, and you know that's about all I do. You know,
Yeah,
and when Jordan works, we've got the little man, and of course, we've always got the little man because he stays with us. So
right.
I babysit the grandbabies, and that's what I do. You know, so
And yes, Papa J, I know you can get a replacement social security card. Uh, I don't want to replace it one. I know I have it. It's here somewhere. It's not lost. Like I'll never be able to find it. Like someone stole my wallet type of lost. It's here. I just have to find. I have this purple. It's like a clutch type of. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I use it as a wallet, but it's actually like a purse. Like it had the big long over the shoulder strap to it. I just took that part off and I stuck it in my suitcase that I used as a purse. So I know it's in there. I just don't know where that is. I will find it. Yeah.
No, I'm
It's,
still dealing with the shaking and the headaches and all that other fun lot as well.
I wish
Um,
that had cleared up when they got the tumors out.
no, the
I,
doctors still have no clue on what's going on with all that. They've changed my medicine, added another dosage, up the dosages of one of them. It still hasn't helped. I still sit and shake constantly throughout the day, the night, toss and turn in my sleep, shaking my sleep. There's no end to it.
I'm sorry,
Um,
honey.
they're gonna do a nerve test on me in May. They're gonna go through and do a nerve test
Yeah,
to. They're thinking there's nerve damage or something causing the shaking and what have you, and I don't know. We'll just see what happens.
yeah.
Um, the uh, ENT, the ear, nose, and throat doctor, um, they're pretty much done with me on that end of it after the surgery. The neurosurgeon, he's done with me. The specialist eye doctor, he's done with me. Told me to get new glasses, which I did. Which I don't know if you can tell any difference with the glasses I have on now compared to my old ones, but I did get new glasses.
Hmm.
My eyesight is worse uh, uh, than what it was before. Um, but I don't know if it's because of what happened or whatever. But I needed new glasses anyhow because it'd been like 3 years. But um, the they haven't helped much. But you know, it's still messed up. But it is what it is. It's just life and life in general.
I wish I could do the whole wiggle the nose thing and make everything all better.
You and I both.
But my wiggle is busted.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Don't
Wes,
feel
that's
bad.
right. Wes
Don't
said
feel
my
bad.
Wes said my social security card, like his mouse, is misplaced, not lost. That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, Kathy. It'd be all right. I just, if I wake up and put my feet on the ground, I'll just, I pedal through the day.
Yeah.
You know, I do what I can, and uh, you know, I, I do good to do dishes and cook and laundry occasionally. Um, that's my extent of the day. I watch the babies, and of course the oldest one, he's 11, so he doesn't need much watching after. We have him before school and after school. The granddaughter, I have her on Tuesdays. I go down and watch her, and then the youngest one, he's almost 6 months old now. We have him on the daily basis for the most part, and you know uh, when his mama works, then we Tina and I share duties with him.
Yeah.
But he's a grandpa's boy. He likes his grandpa.
That's
So,
because you look like Santa Claus,
well, yeah. What can I say? This
right?
this beard, the beard is as old as he is. I started growing it right after he was born,
Yeah.
and this is growth. It's been trimmed up once, and it's due to be trimmed up again. But you know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I need new glasses. I haven't gotten new glasses in I don't know. I think I got these like 6 years ago. When I was in Florida. It was 5 or 6 years ago. But I have no way to get to an eye exam, so
yeah, I just decided I was going to grow a beard, and this is where it's at. So, you
I'm having
know,
Grizzly Adams flashbacks.
I, and the thing of it is, he'll get a hold of it and pull on it, and everybody's like, "Oh, don't that hurt?" No, not really. There's a couple spots where he grabs. If he grabs like right here on my chin or
Yeah.
my bottom lip, it hurts there. But anywhere else, it really doesn't bother me for him grabbing a hold of it. So,
Yeah, it's when the hairs get plucked out individually, that's when that hurts.
yeah, he'll get a fistful sometimes, but it just doesn't really bother me.
I used to
Yeah.
have to do that with John when he'd get an infected hair or an ingrown hair or whatever, and he'd be like, "It's really sore right here," and he'd like point out a spot if he was had his goatee or whatever, and so I'd be like, "Well, come here, let me see it," and there'd be like a little bit of red around the one hair, and so I'd be like, "All right, hold still," and I'd grab the tweezers and I'd pull it out, and there'd be like a ball of crap on it, like the size of a grain of rice. It would leave a
Yeah.
hole in his face, and he'd be like, "Ow, what are you doing?" I was like, "Fixing it."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Hi,
stupid, got drunk
Jen.
once. I made a bald spot on his chin. As he mouthed off to me, he was drunk. He mouthed off to me, and then he passed out. So
Yeah.
he had like two little circles on his face in awkward angles and stuff. And he woke up and he's like, "What the hell did you do to me?" I was like, "Payback's the bitch." So am I. Now you gotta shave. Yeah. Jen, I look younger when I shave my beard. Yeah. Whenever John would shave completely, we'd call him baby face. He would look
Yeah.
like he was so young. It was so funny.
I don't know. I don't know if little man would even know me if I shaved right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know when the oldest daughter was little, I had a beard and I shaved it off, and she wouldn't come to me for like 3 or 4 days
My
because,
dad my dad
yeah,
freaked out my oldest daughter when she was a year old because she was sitting on his lap, and all of a sudden, like, he took his glasses off so he could rub, the bridge of his nose,
right,
and she was sitting and she happened to turn around right after he took the glasses off. He had already put them on the table, and she just started screaming, and I come running. I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" And he's like, "I don't know. Why is she screaming?" Because she's just on his lap, just screaming her little lungs out. And I go running over and I grabbed her. I was like, "What's the matter, baby?" And she goes, "Grandpa took off his eyes."
yep,
And we were laughing so hard. It took like 20 minutes of him putting the glasses on, taking them off, putting them on, taking them off to calm her down and realize he was okay.
yep.
But she literally thought he took his eyes off when he took
Oh
the
yeah,
glasses off.
yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah. Kids are finicky like that. I mean,
Yeah.
they really are.
Well, I think a lot of the times adults don't realize what kids actually notice,
Yeah,
how observant they actually are. So if anything changes in their little world that they're so set at seeing certain things a certain way,
yep.
you know, you hear about it.
Very true. Very true.
Oh yeah, Jen, there is that straight hair older women get. Yeah, I've noticed that. I pull those fuckers out with extreme prejudice
Yep.
because they itch. They're like a thicker hair than every other hair on your body, and it's like a stiff, thick hair that comes out of nowhere. Like it won't
Yep.
be there, and all of a sudden the next day it's there, and you're like, why is my face itchy? And yeah, those get
Yeah.
pulled out. Kathy said, film his reaction as a short when you do shave it off. That's
Yeah, I'm sure when and if I do, that somebody will capture it.
funny.
Probably his mama if she's home. Well, she will be because she'll be the one that does it. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
she's
I would
the
imagine I would imagine it would be a little iffy for if you're shaking so bad for you to try and shave.
yeah. That's one of the reasons why I decided to grow it, because standing is just to
Yeah.
do that is just hard. You just it, standing more than 5-10 minutes is just impossible
Yeah.
without having to sit down and you know I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just old,
Making
wore
those
out.
adjustments, I mean, it was hard for me having to learn to do everything, with from the wheelchair.
Yeah,
Uh, and, making adjustments. And my mom still doesn't understand sometimes that she can't put something on a shelf that she thinks it belongs on because then I can't reach it. You know?
right.
So she still doesn't get that all the time. She's getting better. She's getting better, but still she's because she wants everything put away,
Oh yeah, I get
you
it.
know.
Yeah,
And I'm like, "Mom, nobody's gonna see it. Nobody comes here but you."
right.
I'm like this, and if they do, I don't care if they don't like it that I have things on my counter. I don't care. You
Yeah.
know,
I
it's
imagine I'm probably making a few people seasick, so I'm sorry.
so yeah, she's getting better with the perspective thing. She'll ask me now, can you reach this here, or is this something that you're going to use on a regular basis? Because then we'll put it where you can reach it. And So yeah, she's getting better. But
Yeah.
like I was out of Tylenol, the generic Tylenol, so I asked her to pick me up generic Tylenol, and I even spelled out the acetaminophen and everything.
All
I was
right.
like, just get me the Walmart brand. Well, she got me regular Tylenol, which is fine if she wants to spend the money on actual Tylenol. Um,
Right.
but she got regular strength. And I'm like, with the amount of pain that she knows I go through, didn't even occur to her to get the extra strength Tylenol. I was like,
Right.
oh, regular strength. I'm like, well, that's okay. I'll just take extra. And she goes,
Yeah.
oh, did you want maximum strength? I'm like, Dad, I'm like, what do you think, Mom? I'm like, I'm in pain constantly. I have absolutely no pain relief. Do I want extra strength Tylenol? Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I do appreciate the fact that she got it for me at all. So,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry if I'm making anybody seasick and nauseous with all the moving around, but it's just me. So my apologies to anybody.
So I have
So
a tooth that had broken off below the gum line that decided to make what's left of it reappear. So
ah
it broke back through the gum line, and the tooth itself is loose, but it's still attached. So that was causing me some severe headaches. And the day she brought the Tylenol over, the tooth decided to go back up into the gum line.
oh
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I have a peekaboo chunk of tooth. It's not even it's not a
I
full
should have
tooth.
had her grab a pair of pliers and pull it out for you.
No. Mm-mm. And at first I thought, well, maybe the gum swelled up over it, because it was
Right.
irritated, but it's not. The gum line is not swollen there. It's just the tooth going back and forth, can't make up its mind. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but at
next
least
time
for
it
the
gets its next time it appears out, just keep wiggling at it, and it'll eventually come out.
yeah, mm, tooth pain and ear pain are the worst, man.
Yes, they are.
So it was difficult to eat because that's the only side I really have any tooth remnants on that I can chew on. So having that tooth being loose and exposed was
Yeah.
I was like living on mashed potatoes. I'm like,
Uh,
but
fun. Yeah.
now it's back under the gun line. I can eat again,
There
so
you
that's
go.
nice.
And I'm gonna get off the panel, and that way I'm not making everybody seasick. So,
All right, Tim.
all
Well, I
right.
love you and I miss you, and I'm glad you
Yeah.
came on and said hi to everybody.
No problem, kiddo. I'll be in the chat for just a little bit. So
Okay. Yeah,
we'll
I'm gonna
catch
be
you.
ending the show. I'm gonna be ending it pretty soon because I want to make sure I'm out there when my mail carrier shows up
Okay. We'll
to
catch
send
you
off
all later.
my very first packages.
Awesome.
Yay!
Cool, cool.
You'd think I'd never shipped anything ever before, you know what I mean?
I know Tina did that the other day. We did a benefit to help with my mom's uh, funeral stuff, and
Yeah.
she had like 15 packages to send out, and it was challenging, but we got through it.
Yep. Yep.
So
Well, now that I know what I'm doing with it, like I've got pirate ship set up and I've got,
yeah,
I know what to do in there and I've, printed labels and all that. It will go a lot faster next time.
yeah,
It took a week.
definitely.
It took me a week.
Yeah,
And I'm not real happy with that length of time. I want it done faster. So
yeah,
next time it will be smoother.
yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh, yeah. Don't be. Well, I can't say don't be strangers because I never do anything on my channel, but um, yeah,
Well, you know where I am, so
yeah, yeah.
All right,
I
honey.
just, I always watch or listen. I find myself watching a lot of other stuff that makes me laugh or makes me giggle to keep my mind off of other stuff.
Nope, I
Of course,
understand.
I'm still into the demo derbies, and I watch a lot of fire crews working and stuff like that. Music
So,
videos.
are you still
Uh,
watching your jump scares?
yes, I still watch those, the Bushman and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um, I just off of my own little world. Of
I
course, with
understand.
the grandson, he loves Ice Age.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and we're into watching MASH. the whole series. We've already watched it once, and we're into it the second time because he likes MASH.
Nice.
He'll sit and dance to the theme of MASH. Um, he likes it, which is
Well,
fine by me because that's my favorite TV series.
right. When
So,
Talon was when Talon was a baby, he was like a month old, and I started watching The Walking Dead with him, and every time he would be fussing, and every time he'd start fussing, when he heard the zombies, when he heard the walkers, he would
uh,
calm down and start giggling.
yeah,
So him and I were watching The Walking Dead when he was, just a itty bitty little thing.
yeah,
This could be why he's obsessed with the zombies in Minecraft. I don't know.
could be. Yeah, but well, when Buster, that's what I call him. When Buster gets fussy, we'll put it on Ice Age, and he'll calm down and take a nap, or MASH, either one. But
Yeah.
usually Ice Age will put him to sleep. So um, he likes his Ice Age, the original one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. When my kids were little, they liked Land Before Time, like all of the Land
yeah,
Before
that
Time.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Our kids like that one too.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna get off here because like I said, I don't want to be making anybody motion sick. So,
All right, honey. Well, you have a good day, okay?
alrighty, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun. I loved him. Right, Wes? Yeah, I love MASH too. I do. I actually met Alan Alda when I was a kid. I think I was how the hell old was I? 7 or 8, I think. He was my best friend at camp's uncle, and he came to our birthday party that I was invited to. So I got to meet him. He was very funny in person. Well, I got about 5 minutes, people. 5 minute warning. You got links, drop them. If anybody has the link to the family auctions that are happening at 4 o'clock Eastern today, starting off, then go ahead and drop them. Otherwise, just keep an eye out for the 4 o'clock family auction. And got anything else going on? Feel free to drop your links, auctions, eBay channel, eBay links, Etsy links, whatever. Hey, Susanna, I don't know where she went. Because I am going to end this now in about 4 minutes and go out and wait for my postal worker and sort through some goodies that I got out there that I need to sort through. So I might as well make myself useful and start sorting through stuff. Yep. No, Wes, no Kathy giggle. I don't know. She got distracted by her dasher, I guess. And since you're here, we know that wasn't you. There you go. There's eBay. Wes's eBay link. And I hope everybody has an awesome day. And if you're going to the family auction, enjoy. And I hope everybody has a good time, even if you're not buying anything like me and you're just watching because, it's fun and you get to meet new people and you get to see your old friends and always good energy. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. I will be doing a sale sometime next week. I don't know when. I will try to do a thumbnail a couple of days ahead of time so people know about it. And I don't want to do it on my regular days because, well, that's my regular chats are where people come to get away from auctions. So, I mean, I know I did my first sale during my Saturday show, but that's not the pattern that I want to have because people come here just to chill and hang out and and they don't have to worry about people shoving things into the camera and saying, "Here, buy my stuff." So I will do it on a different day than what my chats are. Well, that's interesting, Wes. Maybe somebody threw the other one at someone and never got it back. I will, Susanna. I will. So, yes. So everybody go take a nap or something to prepare to be on and watching the auction. See, I don't know what's on live right now. Bluegrass Picker is the only thing I have on my subscription list that's live right now. Das ist all. So other people might have other things, but Bluegrass is the only thing I have on my subscription list that says live. Papa J, what's that for? Larry, if you're trying to compete with Victoria for hyperactivity, it's not going to happen. Nobody can even come close to comparing to what Victoria was. Oh my goodness. Jay, you need to put in what you're putting links for. We don't know what those are for. Silly. You are a mod. You know better than that. Label your shit, dude. Victoria was absolutely hilarious the other day. It was like she got injected with a car salesman or something. You snooze, you lose. Come get these bargains. Get them right now. I got 4 left. Who wants 4 of them? Yeah. Oh, part 3 and part 4 of the family auction. Okay. All right. So Papa J put the links in without labeling them. What shame, Papa J. For part 3 and part 4. So click on those, set your reminders, and don't miss it. Because yeah, really. I think she had espresso in her insulin pod. Don't do that, people. That was not a medical recommendation. Please don't do that. It's just a joke. Devil. I expected porn. Sorry. Oh, on a tiny phone. I got you. Okay. I got you. Well, you are forgiven then, Papa J. I will forgive you then. All right, everybody. Have fun the rest of your day. And I will see you in the. If you go to the family auction, I will see you there because I will be popping in back and forth sporadically, depending on when I'm sleeping. Not going to apologize for it. When I need to sleep, I sleep. So, but I hope everybody has an awesome day. And I love you guys. And thank you for coming to the show, to my live. Not really a show because it's, but thank you for coming to the live. I appreciate all of you. I love you guys. Bye.